Yeah, cool. We can start. Okay.
Okay.
So the
So my claim,
proposition, one sec. Yeah. So the proposition that you want to um, substantiate is that Hinduism is a casteist religion. Is that the proposition?
mm,
Yes.
let me define the terms here.
Okay.
What we mean by casteist here is Hinduism propagates a system of Varna system, okay, uh, that is based on a pseudoscientific past life. So basically, it is based by birth, and the next thing that we need to it processes laws on the basis of those things, which makes it very discriminatory, and the deities in those they are not just castists, but they portray misogyny as well. So this is our claim.
And we see all the
Wait, one
scriptures
sec. One sec.
mentioning
So,
caste continuously.
one second. So you're mixing up a few things. So what exactly is casteist?
What
Someone who
exactly is
believes in
casteist?
casteism, as simple as that.
Wait a second. Let me explain it to this guy. What exactly is casteist? Casteist means somebody who propagates a system where people are divided on the basis of their birth, on some pseudo-scientific belief that they hold, and then they are given their occupation basically on the basis of that.
Okay. So
Mm.
okay. So all you're saying is Hinduism, which we can get more clarity on that as well. But you're saying that that is propagating a system
Mhm.
of classification and
Mhm.
it's assigning occupation based on that classification,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Okay. So by
Mhm.
Hinduism, what exactly do you mean?
Hinduism is a religion that has set of books, and though they have some philosophies in it,
Yeah.
and
So are you
all of these philosophies. Wait a second, all of these philosophies have Varna system in them. There are the fundamentals of these religion have Varna system within themselves. The
Yeah.
most followed
The Varna
sampradaya
system is
follows Varna
casteism in
system.
itself.
one
Yeah.
second? So you by Hinduism you mean some set of books or do you
A religion, a culture, some not just some set of
Culture
books,
and a shared
a,
tradition. Yeah, shared
yep,
culture and tradition,
okay,
culture, tradition, and
yeah,
those scriptures
shared
as
which
well.
which,
culture.
which values these books deeply.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what books are you talking about?
I'm talking about Bhagavad
The
Gita,
Vedas, especially the
Purana,
Manusmriti,
Okay.
and Puranas as well.
Okay. Okay.
Puranas,
So
Mahabharata.
under the bracket of Hinduism, are you including the unorthodox traditions within Hinduism, or are you just talking about the orthodox traditions?
I'm just talking about the major one as well because the other ones that you are talking
we are
about
just
they
talking
do
about
not
the
make.
core philosophy of Hinduism.
And that's not answering my
Wait a
question.
second.
One
No, no,
sec.
no. Wait, a second. Let me answer him. Okay. First of all, let's just classify things that you are talking about the orthodox and unorthodox. Okay. Hinduism has Sampradaya Parampara, right? Okay. There are four major ones. Okay. So
Dude,
when we are
just
talking
like
about
you can
those,
just be succinct with your answer. Just tell me yes or no. Are you including the orthodox traditions in the
what do you mean
bracket?
by what do you mean by orthodox and unorthodox here?
Yeah,
Define
by
it. Then I can
orthodox
answer.
and unorthodox, I just mean traditions which take the Vedas as supreme, and the unorthodox are ones which don't.
Unorthodox are the ones which can you quote some examples that do not take
Yeah,
Vedas
so
as supreme?
Charvaks, Char, yeah.
No, they are not Hinduism. They are not
No, they are
Hinduism.
not in Hinduism. Who said that?
Okay, okay,
I mean
okay.
that.
First of
So,
all,
can you just
let's have a
cite?
stance on. Wait a second. Let's have a very much clear stance of history. I think it's very much diluted over here. Uh, so, Charvaks and Buddhists, all of these you are saying they are not Hindus. When we are talking about Hinduism philosophy, is that we are talking about the ones that are based on Vedas. We are not talking about who are constitutionally Hindus. That is a completely different kind of thing. We are taking about the Hinduism that is based on Vedas. We are not talking about Charvaks and Buddhists. They are not Hindus.
Okay,
They
so
can be constitutionally.
you're just talking about some subset of what is
No, not
generally
subset. Not
considered.
subset.
No, no, not that's not
No,
subset.
no, they are not
Listen
subset.
carefully.
For example, you, एक second, एक second.
So
Just allow
whatever
me to
is
just.
constitutionally Hindu, right? That you're just talking about a subset of
No,
that.
no, no. Let me explain it to you. Hinduism and being a Hindu, they are different. When we are talking about Hinduism religion, It does not have Charvaka and Buddhism. They are not belonging to Hinduism religion. When we are talking
But
about who is the
then wait,
constitutional,
when I asked you about what Hinduism is, you included tradition, the culture, and all that stuff, right? You didn't only say,
the
"Oh, this
tradition.
isn't the only religion." That's not what you
No, no,
said.
no, 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 no. The tradition, the culture of the Vedantic people who have that Vedantic authority.
Okay,
I never
so
quoted that all the
fine.
traditions and all the cultures are Hinduism. You are strawmanning me at this point.
I'm not strawmanning. I'm just asking you a question. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Anyway,
Uh,
so
uh,
I just want to know. So if Hinduism just means like a bracket umbrella term for
mhm.
any orthodox or unorthodox traditions that appeared
No.
in the wait, don't interrupt me. Yeah, that appeared in the land of what's India proper today. Under that
Mm-hmm.
definition, you're talking about a subset of the
Mm-hmm.
population, correct?
Subset of a population is not. You are again you are treating it as a subset of Hinduism or whatever it is.
Yeah, I
I'm
am.
saying what you are treating as unorthodox. You said Charvaka and all of these. These are not a part of Hinduism. First of all,
That's not the
these
debate
are
problem.
part
So
of.
that's
No, no,
completely
no, no.
tangential.
No,
I'm
no,
just
that is a
asking
debate
you
Again,
problem because see,
if
you are
wait
subsetting them. You are
wait
subsetting them,
yeah,
buddy.
I'm saying if
Don't
they are
strawman.
treated
Don't
as
strawman.
one sec. No, I'm not
No,
straw
no,
no,
not
no,
manning.
no.
if,
It's
They
not
not
if.
even a
cannot
See,
be
view.
they are
treated.
not at all subsets. You cannot even treat
They
them
are
if.
not at all
Okay.
If you
subjects.
want to
First of all,
treat things as subset, then I will treat
uh,
Islam as a subset. What do you do then?
uh,
Huh?
that is
Wait,
not
one
at all
sec.
the point. Exactly.
Yeah,
So wait,
the thing,
I'm asking you
Wait,
one
Buddhism
sec.
and
let this
Charvakas
guy.
are
अरे
not at all
धनकीर्ति,
subset, and you are treating it
अरे
like subset.
धनकीर्ति, अरे धनकीर्ति बोलने देना, छोड़ उसको, हटाओ. The main fact is, let's be considerate on one thing.
Yeah.
We do not get to choose our own definition that from today only I will start bringing Hinduism as also Islam is also part of Hinduism. That shit we are not going to go through that. As per history, there are Indian philosophies, and within those Indian philosophies, some Indian philosophy. Hello. Okay, then let me
Yeah,
complete.
yeah, yeah.
Within those
Continue, continue,
philosophies,
continue.
some, some set of philosophies are considered as a part of Hinduism, and some set of philosophies are considered as a part of Buddhist and Charvaks. Right? We cannot consider that these philosophies are same. These philosophies were present at the same time, and they were countering each other in debates and discussions. Does not mean that Buddhism and Charvaka fall under the umbrella or the subset of any sort of Hinduism. You cannot even take the definition by your own self. You
Can
either have to
you
provide me some historical.
yeah, can you just quote me some academic source that distinguishes that says that the unorthodox
Yeah,
schools are not
the
No, no, no,
part
biggest
of
thing,
no.
the
Hinduism?
biggest thing is Manusmriti actually. The Manusmriti is the biggest proof. Manusmriti clearly says that whatever Manu says is a dharma itself. And Manu has
Wait,
never
Bhai,
recognized
that's not
Charvaka or
leave
any
it.
answering
sort of atheist
that's
अरे
not
organization.
leave
answering
it
my
ना, leave
question.
it.
That's a religious
अरे
structure,
wait,
bro.
That's not answering my
बोलने
question.
wait a second. Wait a second. You are quoting of academic source. Let's be very much clear over here. When we are talking about history, we only consider the evidences. So bring out any historic
Yeah.
source. Okay?
So I mean,
Bring out
dude.
any historic source.
So
Wait a
at this
second.
point,
Dude,
hold on.
let me. Could you? No, no, no. You need to hold on. You need to hold on. The burden of proof is not at all on me. You are saying that Charvakas and Buddhists are part of Hinduism.
I'm not saying
You
that.
need to provide.
I'm just saying if
No,
that's the definition, then
let
you're
me.
talking about a subset, right?
No, no, that's not at all the definition.
I
That's
didn't
not at all the
say it
definition. And
is.
if
I didn't say it is. What are you talking about?
you said you are, why are you backpedaling at your claim?
I'm
What
not
you did
saying it
right
is.
now.
I'm just saying
No,
you
no, no,
if
no.
that is the
Hold
definition,
hold on.
if it's a
What you
conditional
just did,
statement,
what you just did,
if that is
what
the
you just.
statement,
Arey, yaar, I'm fed up of this guy. Why are you
Let
just
him,
like just
let him
starting
yap.
on
Let him
this
yap.
one?
Let him yap.
yeah,
Yeah.
so if
Go
that
on,
is
bro.
the definition, if the definition is including both the orthodox and unorthodox, because I don't
Bro, this is
think
the general definition of
yeah
any
I
sort of
yeah
religious
I
society, bro.
don't think there is
This
any scholarly consensus
that
on
doesn't
what
mean no, that
constitutes
doesn't mean that
No, 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 no.
you'll say that even
Wait,
Islam comes under Hinduism. That doesn't mean like
no,
that,
no,
bro.
no. Wait a second, Hamkirti. There's my definition. Let me define it, first of all.
And also Abhishek, just wait a second. And I also said that that it is a sort of tradition, a sort of shared culture which values the sacred scripture, which sanctifies scriptures like
Hmm.
Vedas. Now just tell
Hmm.
me, does Buddhism and Charvaka, do they consider the Vedas as sacred?
that
Just
doesn't
tell that.
answer my question.
No,
So I'm
see,
just
this
gonna
is
No,
the
no,
re-ask
definition.
let
it.
This is
me
the
answer
definition
your
that I
question
gave.
now.
I'm just
Arey
gonna
Hamkirti, let
re-ask
And
me
the
answer your
answer.
question.
question.
Yeah, I'm just
Arey,
gonna
let us
Yeah,
make
re-ask
the
the
answer the
question.
distinction
question.
first now. Arey, would you please hold on and let me speak?
Yeah.
Let me make the discussion distinction first. You said, are you considering unorthodox such as Charvakas and Buddhism?
I
First of
asked you.
all, bring no. Would you let me speak, bro?
I just asked you the question.
I'm
Yeah, just
saying
go on. Just go on.
then
Yeah,
I'm saying
Christopher,
no.
just go
Wait a
on.
second. अरे रुक तो जा यार रुकने वाला को छोड़ दे उसको. I'm saying no because these sources, if in order for you to say these are part of Hinduism, you need to provide me some evidence
I'm not
that
saying that.
says that these are part. Huh? Then I'm saying they are not. Then how does burden of proof falls on me to bring out an academic source?
I mean, so whatever you are saying, it seems like a proprietary sense. I don't know. I don't even know
No,
if
no,
this is a
no.
scholarly consensus.
It is solid consensus.
Okay, so
What
then
does
state
Hinduism say?
if you're saying it's scholarly consensus, then the burden is on you. So just give me the evidence.
No, 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 no. Wait a second. I'm saying this is what you're saying that the burden of proof falls on me. I'm saying this is on the basis of the very different principles of them. The principles of Charvaka
So
and
one
Buddhism are
sec,
completely different from Hinduism.
one sec. So
Hmm.
you're saying there is scholarly consensus on what constitutes Hinduism, and
When did
that
I say that?
scholarly
When did I say
consensus
that? When did I
right
say
now.
that?
I'm
When
asking
did I
you:
say
Are
that?
you saying that? Are you saying that there is scholarly
No,
consensus?
I'm saying that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm
Okay,
not saying that
so
all. But
yeah,
they are
so
different
I'm not
in
even
concept.
convinced that there is some like you're talking about
It
something
doesn't
that's
matter. No, no, no. Then I'm wait a second. Then I'm not going to get convinced. Okay, so this is how he holds debate. He wants
Okay,
to
okay,
escape from
okay. Then
Vedanta.
I can very much say that even Islam is a subset of Hinduism.
Until you bring
How will you debunk
until you
that?
bring an
you.
academic
I
source.
Show
mean,
us, show an academic research which debunks this claim. Come on, show
Wait
it.
a second. Wait a
I
second. Wait a
don't
second.
even
अरे
see
रुको
how
रुको
that's
रुको रुको. Just
relevant.
अच्छा अरे रुको रुको ना
That's
रुको रुको.
relevant.
अरे रुको तो सही रुको. It's very easy to
अबे
debunk
यार
him
ये
at
बंदा
this
इतना
point.
पागल है सच
Okay,
में.
okay. अरे he's
ठीक है
covered.
भाई.
He's covered at this point. Okay, okay. So let us
हाँ
prove
वही वही
one thing.
वही.
Wait a second. Let us prove at one thing. Okay. First of all, there are my reasons. So you do not have an academic source to prove that these unorthodox
I'm
schools
not
are
even
part of
making the claim.
Hinduism. No, no. Please, would you shut up for 5 minutes and let me speak? I'm not, and I'm
I
saying
mean,
that
you're
these are
you're
not.
you're putting words in my mouth, so I'm gonna interrupt and say
No, no,
that
no.
that's not what I'm
You
saying.
are escaping. You are escaping from debate, bro. That's so much cowardice. But let's just face it. You are
What?
saying that I
I'm right
Charvaka and
here.
अच्छा
Buddhism
इसके बाद
are.
मैं एक पॉइंट बोलूंगा अभिषेक इसके बाद
No,
मैं
no,
एक
no.
पॉइंट बोलूंगा.
हाँ रुक तो सही एक second. He is
हाँ.
making a case that either Charvaka is a part of Hinduism or not, and then he's putting the burden of proof on me that by saying
Yeah,
that
that's the
Because
he
you
thing.
said
that
it
they are not
isn't,
a part
right?
of Hinduism. Then he,
Like
अरे
see
यार बोलने दे.
that's tomfoolery, man. Like that's literal tomfoolery.
Exactly.
It is
S-
literally like it's
I
literally like I am saying that Islam is a subset of Hinduism, and I'm now putting the burden of proof on your shoulder that you prove
no,
that
I
you
didn't.
No,
disprove
no.
I
this.
didn't say it
Man,
at all. I
You
asked
said
you a
proof is
question.
when
wait,
You
someone
affirmed a
okay,
wants to
okay,
prove
proposition.
something, not
okay.
someone
A
wants to
Look,
similar type
disprove
of
something.
question. Okay, a similar type of question.
I
I
asked
am
you a
saying there are two
question.
cases.
You affirmed a
I am asking
proposition, and
you.
I'm asking you the
I am
evidence for the
asking you. Okay, okay.
proposition.
I am asking you. Oh, wait a second. I am asking you a question. There are two cases. Either Islam is a part of Hinduism or Islam is not a part of Hinduism.
I don't
Okay.
see how that's
What do you
relevant to
think?
the discussion.
That is
No, no, no. It
relevant to
is
the question.
relevant. It is relevant. It
Just
is
shut your
completely
mouth, bro.
relevant.
Just shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I
go
no.
on.
yeah. I don't see how that's relevant to the
Just
discussion.
Just shut
no,
up.
no, no. It is
Just shut up.
relevant. I am
Yeah,
saying, do
carry
you
on.
consider it just the way you make the case that Charvaka and Buddhism are unorthodox parts subsets of Hinduism? It is either the case or it is not the case. You just made the case,
I
and
didn't
you
say
said
that.
that if you say that they are not the case, wait a second. You said if they are not the subsets of Hinduism, then I have to produce an academic source,
You said that
right?
they are
This is what
not,
you're.
right? So the burden is on you.
No, I just said I do not say I do not think they are a subset of it. This is
Yeah.
See,
what I
there are
said.
So
no evidence. There are
you
no
think?
evidence that
No, no,
Okay,
no.
proves that
one
they
sec.
are the subset of
अरे
Hinduism. There are no evidence
One
of that.
sec.
अरे
So obviously,
One
we'll say
sec.
that no,
I
we
am
Let
don't
throwing
see
a
any.
similar case.
We
let
I am
don't
me
see
throwing a
any.
similar case on you. I am
let
throwing a
me
similar case
let
on
me
you.
ask you this.
Wait a second.
Let me ask you this. Okay.
No, no, no.
You
Let
said
me
so.
ask you
I
this.
asked
Is
you.
Islam a part of
One sec.
Is Islam an
One sec.
unorthodox school of Hinduism or not?
One sec.
Is
One
Islam
sec.
an unorthodox?
One sec.
No, no, no. Is Islam
One sec.
unorthodox?
Abhishek, let him yap. Let him yap. Let him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
keep yapping.
I'll just ask you the question again. So
Yeah.
I'll just take a step back. So let me. So I asked you, right? Do you are you
Mm-hmm.
considering these as subsets? And you said no, they are not subsets. So
Mm-hmm.
you're asserting that a proposition is false. Now I'm just asking you
No,
the
no, no, no,
argument
no.
for the
Again,
proposition
no,
being
no, no.
false.
No, no. Again, are you done? This is what I explained it throughoutly. You are making a case
I'm
that
not.
is this the case or not? No, no, no. You are making the case. Wait a second.
I'm
You
not.
just made the case in the first case. You did that Charvaka and Buddhism are the subsets of Hinduism or not. And if I say no,
I
then you are
asked you.
asking me for the proof.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Then
I
okay,
asked
then
you.
I'm asking you a similar question.
Yeah, wait,
Hinduism.
wait.
Is Islam a
So
subset?
I asked you if
Is
they are
Islam a subset of
subsets.
Hinduism?
I asked
Is
you.
Islam a subset of Hinduism? I am
Wait,
asking you, is Islam a subset of Hinduism?
that's tangential to the
Is
discussion.
Islam a subset?
I
No, no, no,
asked you
it
a
is.
question.
Is
You made
Islam.
a claim.
I am
I'm looking
asking you
for
a
evidence
question,
for claim.
right? Answer my
Arey
question.
bhai,
Is Islam a
you are
subset
the
of
one who is
Hinduism?
making the claim. If
I'm
No.
see,
not making any claim.
we
What the
are see.
hell?
No, no,
Wait a
wait,
second.
Abhishek,
अच्छा
let
अच्छा
me talk. Let me talk. Abhishek,
अरे नहीं
Abhishek,
नहीं
just
रुको
let me talk.
हाँ,
Abhishek, please let. See what I was saying that. What I was saying that. See, you
Oh
said.
man.
See, why the reason we are saying that Charvakas are not the subset of Hinduism is because there is no evidence that says that. So
हम्म,
obviously, if there are no evidence that says that,
you have the
we'll
burden of
obviously
proof.
state that there is like
हम्म,
they are not the subset. Now, if
हम्म,
now you want us to now you are putting the burden of proof on our shoulders. You are saying
You're
that
saying the
because you are
you're saying the
It's
but
like
proposition
this.
that
that's
It's
they
basic
like
are
this.
common sense. That's
Look,
basic
subsets.
common
it's
sense,
like
bro.
So
it's
That
like
is
me
you
saying
basic common sense, bro. If there is
no no
no
no.
proof, then you will
अरे
obviously
अरे
say that it doesn't.
अरे रुको ना.
you
It's like he's saying, do you believe in afterlife or not? And when we say no, he says prove me that there is no. Prove me an academic consensus that says no.
no,
Yeah,
that's
This is
not.
what he's
that's really the
basically
thing. Like
saying.
that's
No,
just
no, no.
No.
basic
That's
common sense, bro.
not
This
what
guy
I'm
little
saying.
lacks common sense.
That's
Okay,
not
okay.
at all
Wait a
what I'm
second.
saying. So when I ask you, do
Wait a
you
second.
believe
How big?
X? When I ask you, you
Do
believe
you
हाँ.
X,
even know
and you say
what's
no.
burden? Wait.
Wait a
Define what's
second.
burden of proof.
Yeah,
What is
Wait,
burden
अरे
of
रुको
proof?
रुको
Just
रुको रुको.
say that.
अरे रुको तो सही. अरे रुको Damkirti. Let me explain one thing. Let me explain one thing. When you say that I have to provide the source for no, no, I do not have to provide the source for no. When there is no evidence for yes, the natural position is no. I do not have to provide source for that. You have the burden of proof.
you
If
are
I say
saying a
that I do not
proposition
believe,
is false, right? You're saying the
ah,
proposition that
yes, a proposition is false
you're
unless it
saying.
is proven true.
Yeah, you're saying the proposition that
Uh-huh.
Charvaks and Buddhists, they are subsets of Hinduism. You're saying that proposition is
Mm-hmm.
false, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah,
is
I'm
that? Can
saying
I
I
get
do
a
not.
that
Wait a
is
yes?
second. I do
literally
not
by
say that.
default.
I
That
am
is
saying I
literally
do not.
by
Wait a
default,
second.
bro.
Yeah.
अरे
So
छोड़ो तो सही. I am saying
you're
I
you're
do not have
asserting
any evidence.
you
I
you
do
are
not. Wait a
asserting
second.
that the
Listen to my
proposition
claim.
is false. Yes or no?
Listen. Listen. No. No. I listen to my claim.
Are
I
you
am
saying the
saying I do
proposition
not.
is false? Yes or no?
I am saying I do not have any evidence to believe so.
Are you saying the proposition is false?
There is
Yes or
no
no?
Are you
evidence
saying
to
proposition
believe
is
in
yes or no?
that.
That's not
Wait a
The
second.
answering the
Are
natural
you saying
question.
position is that it doesn't
yes? The
exist.
natural
That's it.
position is no.
That
Wait a second. The natural position
Yeah.
is no. Yes. The natural position is no.
so the so let me just get clarity. So you're saying the proposition is false, right?
Because
Yeah.
there is no evidence for it to be
Because
true.
there is no evidence to believe in it.
Okay.
And the burden
So I
of
do
proof
have
So
always
the
lies
evidence.
in the one who wants to prove something, not on someone who wants to
Arey,
disprove
wait a
something.
second. At this point,
let
he's debunking himself because what he's basically
wait.
saying
And
that
at
I
this,
can make the case for anything, then I can
he
prove.
has literally displayed his intellect that
Are
he
you
doesn't even know
saying?
what burden of proof is.
Are
Okay,
you
define
saying?
what is burden. Wait, wait,
Are
Define what
you
is
wait
burden
a
of
second.
proof first, bro. Define what
are
is
you
burden of
अच्छा
proof.
wait a second.
saying the
अरे रुको तो.
proposition is false? Yes or no?
Okay, okay. Array, how can a proposition be false? Okay, define what is false over here.
At that,
Define what is false
Yeah.
I
over
don't
here.
see how that's
Define what is false.
relevant to the. So do you have a concept
No,
of
Bro,
no, no.
yes
It
or
is
no?
relevant to it.
do you know what
It
kind
is
of thing you are
relevant to it.
saying?
Wait a second.
You're literally saying
Array,
that you are
Do
literally
you,
saying that prove that fairy tales you literally saying like let's say if you ask us that do fairy tales exist, we say no. We don't believe that any kind of fairies exist,
I'm just
and
gonna
now you
re-ask
are
the
saying that
question.
produce an
Do you
academic evidence
think?
that
you ask.
that
Wait a
prove
second.
Do you think?
Array,
that
रुको
fairies
से.
do not exist. But
Array,
the burden of proof lies
okay,
on
okay.
you if you
Define
Do
believe
false.
in it.
do you
Array,
think the
define false.
proposition is
Array,
false?
define false.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
Define
we
false.
can get into like the truth
हाँ,
theories
define
and
false.
stuff. Yeah, I'm just
हाँ
talking
हाँ
about some
हाँ.
truth
Let's say,
value.
Okay, okay,
let's say,
okay.
we
अरे
do believe
रुको.
that it is false. We do believe it is false. Yeah,
Yeah,
अरे
go
रुको.
on,
then
Define
carry on,
false.
just provide the
Okay.
argument.
carry on.
Define. Okay, second. Wait a second. First of all, let me explain it to you. If I were to consider that anything is false, it needs to be already asserted as true. I cannot consider that has not already been asserted as true to be
I have
false.
no idea what you're talking about. Can you just provide the
Then you have no
argument for
Bro,
idea
the
what
you
argument?
you
using
okay,
Can you
how
just
common
can
sense.
provide
you
the
say?
argument? So
Just
you
provide.
you
I am
affirm
saying
that a
that this is my
proposition is
justification. Wait
false,
a
right?
second. Wait a second. No, you just said, okay, okay, wait a second. Then you provide me the justification that it is part of Hinduism.
Wait, you said the proposition
Mhm.
is false.
No, you said the proposition is yes, true.
I didn't say it. I asked
Yes,
you a question.
you
You
did
said the
because this is
proposition
what
is
a black and
false,
white fallacy means.
and I'm asking you the
This is
argument for
what
it.
okay. I am asking you the argument why it is false because false is the natural position unless you provide the evidence.
I
What
don't
is
know what you're
burden of
talking
proof? Okay,
about.
what is burden of proof?
So
Okay, what is burden of proof? Define burden of proof.
I asked you
Define
whether the
burden of proof.
proposition
No,
is
define burden of
false.
proof.
Yeah,
अरे
I
burden
am
of proof
asking
का
you
definition है
define
भाई,
burden
तेरे
of
को वही नहीं
proof.
पता.
अरे
Define burden of proof.
burden of proof
yeah.
define
I
करो.
I asked you if the
चलो भाई करो.
proposition is false, and then
I am
you
asking you
said
what is
yes, the
burden of
proposition is
proof.
Define burden of
false.
proof. Okay, okay,
Repeating,
okay. Abhishek, Abhishek.
repeating the
Yeah,
Let's
same.
argue.
I'm not gonna entertain a
Let's do
derail, right?
let's do a
I'm
deal.
not
No,
gonna
wait, wait.
entertain a
Let's do a
derail.
deal.
Arey, he
You
lost
Let's
the
do a
debate,
deal.
yaar. He lost the debate. He lost the debate only. He does not know burden of proof. What the fuck will this guy debate?
Yeah,
I
If
what
he
the
say
fuck
that,
will
I
this guy
asked
even
you a
prove?
question, right? You said the
no, no, no.
proposition is
Then I am
false,
asking you
No.
a similar question.
and
I am
then
asking you a similar question. I do not have to provide the
so
evidence for something to be false if there is no evidence for it to be believed in true.
so you but
That is
you
it.
think
That
the
is the natural
proposition is
position.
false, right? So just give me the argument.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Abhishek, Abhishek.
Why
Let's go on.
should
Let's
I
go on.
believe?
Okay,
Yeah, we
Until and
think the
unless. Wait a
proposition is
second.
false.
hold up, everybody. Hold up. I'm
Okay.
using my priority speaker
No,
role
no, no,
here
no, no.
because this hasn't been productive
Abhishek, Abhishek.
for
Wait,
15
wait, wait.
minutes or
Let him
so.
speak.
Um, First, could you please just speak one at a time, not
Uh-huh.
everybody at once?
Okay.
Would help avoid miscommunication?
Mm-hmm.
Like, take turns or try to. Sometimes interrupting can be productive, but at the moment it doesn't seem to. So yeah, I'll let you
Okay.
proceed from here and step in if it gets out of hand again.
Okay. There is one thing I'll ask you. I'll ask this guy to define what is burden of proof then, because in the absence of evidence, the natural position for me to believe something is the false position. That is my definition of false. My definition of false is that until and unless a truth has evidence to believe in it, I am considering the natural. There is no if there is no evidence to believe in some
Wait,
sort of thing.
do you think
Then
doxastic states are binary or something? Like you can only believe something is true and you can only believe something is false? Like is that something you think?
no, no, no. I'm saying this is not what I say.
You
Don't
don't think
misinterpret me. I'm
I'm
saying
asking you, do you
this is
think
not
there's
what
no
I said.
other
This is
there's no
not
other
what I said.
doxastic state you can hold?
Would you let me speak? This is would you let me speak? I'm just simple quoting a simple statement. He said Charvaks and these are unorthodox schools of Hinduism. So he already made the case that these are unorthodox schools of Hinduism. So first he needs to provide the evidence that these are
No,
unorthodox
I
schools of
didn't say
Hinduism.
that.
He said that. He said that. Provide me the evidence that they are unorthodox schools of
No,
evidence, then I will provide you the evidence.
I mean,
You
yeah,
provide me the evidence.
I
Okay.
can just point
Ah,
to the there are classifications
provide me
that
the
are.
scholarly evidence. No, provide me the scholarly evidence
Yeah, but
that what you are saying is true.
I don't see how that burden is on me anyway. The point is, I
You
asked you
have
a
the burden.
question.
You made the claim.
I
You
didn't
made
make
the
a
claim
claim.
that
I
this is the
asked you
case.
a question.
Wait a second. No, no, no. You made the case. You made the case.
I
For even
asked
to
you a
ask a question, you
question.
made the case. No, no, no. You made the case first. You made the case first. And
I
in order,
asked a
you
question.
made the case.
I asked a
You made
question.
the case. You made the case.
I asked you a
Okay, okay.
question.
You made the case.
Are you
You
including
no. Why should I?
Charvaks? Are you including
Do you have any
Buddhist?
evidence to include them? Wait a second. Do
You
you
said they
have
are
any
not.
evidence to include them? Do you have any evidence to
I
include them?
asked
I'm
you a
asking.
question. I didn't
Answer
affirm
my
a
question.
proposition.
It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no. Do you have any evidence to include them?
I asked
Just
you a
answer yes or no.
question. I didn't
I
affirm
am
a
answering
proposition.
yes or no. Why are you not answering? Why are you not answering that whether do you have any
Dude,
evidence to include them or not?
dude, I asked you a
What?
question, right? I
I'm
didn't
asking
affirm
you
a
a question as
proposition.
well.
Do
Answer
you?
me, please.
I asked you a
Bro, please
question.
answer me.
Hold up.
And please answer me.
There seems to be a super severe misunderstanding
Yeah.
going on here.
Mhm. Yep.
I'm under the impression that Christopher thinks that Aputa made a claim,
Yeah.
and
And I
Aputa
simply just
says
asked you
that
a question.
he has not made the claim.
Yeah.
Does that help, Christopher?
Yes, he made the claim that this is the case. So he has to provide the evidence that this is any
But
case as well.
hold up, just just to clarify, I've understood it as Aputa not making the claim that you think he is making.
Wait a second, wait a
So
second, wait a second.
so
Let me answer. Let
asking
me ask you.
him to provide evidence for a claim that he is not
Wait a
making.
second, wait a second. Do I have to provide evidence for a negation claim when a positive claim is not even made? Answer
That
my
is
question.
not the point at issue at the moment.
No, 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 no. This is, wait a second. This is what you guys are doing. You guys are putting the burden on me. And
We are
what
not
I'm
doing
saying is,
anything.
no,
I'm
no, no,
just
no, no, no,
moderating
no.
at the
Would
moment
you let me
because there
speak?
seemed to be a
Would you let me
misunderstanding.
speak? Look, would you let
I'm
me speak? Because this guy has no spine. Let's be honest. What I'm saying you is that he made the case that Charvaks are unorthodox schools of Hinduism. He said that are you including the unorthodox schools of
okay,
Hinduism as well? Wait a second, wait,
hold up.
please.
Wait. Wait.
Hold
You
on, hold on,
you
hold
are
on. He made the case that are you including
you're
unorthodox?
making various
What?
claims at the moment.
Christopher, just calm down. Yeah, let him speak. Yeah.
So one point at the time. You just said
Okay,
a
then
Puta made what claim?
he made the claim that Charvaks and Buddhism are unorthodox schools of Hinduism.
I didn't say that.
Okay, a Puta. Did you make that
He said.
claim?
No.
Is this point clarified?
I just
Then
asked
okay,
him.
then I never. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Then okay. Then I am asking him a similar question. Does he consider Charvak and Buddhism to be under a subset of Hinduism? For example, let me answer. Explain it to you.
I don't
There
see how
is.
that's relevant to
Yes.
you substantiating your position.
And then I well, it is relevant to you. Well, then I don't see the question you are asking as yes or no as relevant to it here.
Yeah. So I just
Suppose
asked
I give
you.
example of Charvakas in
This is
Hinduism.
what he's doing. Look. Who's the moderator over here? Look, this is what his guy is doing. If I
Yeah.
ask you, do
I
you
just
believe in
asked you a
fairies or not?
question.
Wait,
Right.
I ask you a similar question and you are saying it's not relevant. Answer my question. I just ask you a question. Is Islam a subset of Hinduism or not?
I don't
Okay,
think so.
let's take this back
Then
to the
provide me
very
Yeah.
scholarly
beginning.
evidence.
I wasn't here for that. I'm sorry.
Huh.
Was it clarified who was taking a pro, contra, or agnostic position in this debate?
Yep. Wait a
Yeah.
second.
I'm taking the
The very thing
agnostic
with yes,
position. He is affirming position that Hinduism is a casteist religion. That's the
yes,
stage. Yeah.
yep. And there is a thing.
Okay, so this
There is
is
a thing
understood
that this.
by all
Abhishek,
debaters.
just wait. Abhishek, just wait. Christopher, just wait. Yeah. Yeah, you can
Mhm.
speak.
I was just making sure that this was understood because um,
This is understood,
if
but
you know that a Puta is taking an
hmm,
agnostic stance on the proposition that you're debating, then it
what
doesn't
is
make
burden of proof?
sense.
No. Please, can you explain what is burden of proof?
Dude, I'm just moderating here.
No.
Um,
Please, will you
does
explain?
does somebody
This is
with
not
the
how debate
agnostic
goes.
position have
No. This is
a
not how a
burden of proof?
debate goes. Look. This is not how a debate goes. In order for you to say something, what is that? I have the burden of provide that this is no, is to already believe that this thing is true. I cannot. I have to just falsify. If I have to say that this thing is false, I can only say that if that thing has already been proven to be true. If something has not been proven to be true or false, how can I make if something has not been proven to be true? How can I make the case that it is false? It does not make sense, especially when
What?
we are talking about historic evidence.
Uh, Wait, what do you take an agnostic position to be?
I'm not taking an agnostic. This is not a debate at all over there. The debate is whether the Hinduism includes Charvaka and Buddhism philosophies.
That's
He
not the
said,
debate
"Do you
proposition.
believe that he does not know what burden of proof is?" Then I don't know. He's saying that he's literally so much afraid to debate on the Vedantic philosophies. So he's basically
Hold
agreeing
on.
that Vedanta
Is the debate proposition that Hinduism is a casteist religion?
religion. Religion, yes.
Okay.
And then he made
You are taking the affirmative stance. A Puta is taking the agnostic stance,
That's right.
Mhm.
right?
But then wait a second. Wait a second. Then what the condition arises in what we mean by Hinduism? He says that do you consider unorthodox schools such as Charvaka and Buddhism to be part of Hinduism? He says this, right? And
I
then he
asked
makes the
that. Yeah,
claim.
I didn't say that. I asked that. That's right.
Wait a second, bro. Wait a second. Don't start the meltdown right now. But then he makes the say that if I say no, then I have to provide the evidence. No, that is not the case. In the absence of evidence, the natural position for me to take the claim is no, until he provides the evidence for it to be true. If I ask you, do you believe in fairies?
You can
And
make that as an argument.
no, he's asking for scholarly evidence, right? I can make that as an argument, but the burden of
Yeah,
proof lies on
sure.
it. For example, if
I'd
I
be
ask
happy
you,
with an argument as well.
Then I give you the argument that Buddhism does not consider the Vedas as the highest authority in them, while Hinduism does. The central books of Hinduism does,
Yeah,
and
that's.
there are other
But
reasons.
that's exactly why they are unorthodox, right?
No. They are not just because they reject the main authority of it. They cannot be a part of it.
What do you say?
You have to provide me substantial reasons. You have to provide me evidence that they are. I have provided. Look, I have
I
provided my
don't know
evidence
what
that they
you're
are not.
talking. Wait, I don't understand what you're talking about. 1 sec. So,
I am talking that
I
since
just
there are.
asked you. I just asked you, right?
I gave you
Do
the argument. I gave you the argument. Now
I
provide me the evidence that
I
yeah,
asked you, look, one sec. I asked you,
I gave you,
are you
and then I answered
including
you.
the
What?
unorthodox schools when you
Mhm.
say Hinduism? And you just started rambling about how
Wait a second. No, no, no,
they're not a
no,
subset.
no,
You
no.
made additional claims, so I
Wait
started
a
pushing
second.
you
No, no,
on
no.
those
Wait a
claims.
second. Wait a minute. Wait. Are you done? Are you done? For something to be a subset of anything, it must, for example, the other books of Hinduism that rely on that, they consider Vedas as their authority. And that's why they are part of it. Something that does not consider the main and the central book of Hinduism as a authority is not a part of Hinduism as well. So to consider this is my argument. Now for you, now there is a thing that I would ask the moderator.
I don't know what
If I ask you,
I don't know what the argument was. Yeah. Anyway,
then okay, then I
to
just
help you
wait a
here,
second.
Christopher.
He's
Aputa,
not okay.
I
Okay,
think the argument that he is making is,
Mhm.
if there is no evidence that Buddhism is a subset of Hinduism,
Mhm.
then it's
then
not the case that it's
Buddhism
acceptable.
is not a subset of Hinduism. There is no evidence that Buddhism is a subset of Hinduism. Therefore,
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Buddhism is
I'm
not a
just
subset of
gonna
Hinduism.
reject V1, but okay.
Then reject me. Then some sort of provide me argument or evidence. Then only you can reject me. Or else, then else
What?
it does not make sense.
I could just
Huh? Huh?
I could just reject P1 and not by
Without
reject
giving
P1 I'm
argument. Okay, wait a second.
yeah.
Without giving
Wait a second.
arguments and
You
sources.
can reject me. You can reject me on everything without
Yeah,
giving argument, right? This is what you're saying.
I can reject a premise without actually providing an argument. That's right.
Without okay, so I reject your premise that Hinduism is not casteist.
Yeah,
It's not even my
That
yeah,
So
premise.
go
is
on,
Hinduism
not
is
go
the
on.
casteist.
Debate is
premise.
over. Debate is
That
over.
is the proposition
The
you're
debate is
debating.
over.
Actually, see,
This is
the
how
thing
the
is,
guy.
I don't know what's your name, NFT. Yeah, NFT. The thing is that what he's saying, what he just said that I can reject your standing without giving any arguments. Okay, so we are rejecting his proposition without even
No, no, no.
listening to him. Then
It's very easy. It's very easy. I'm
Is
saying that
what do you mean what's
literally,
my proposition?
it's
What's my
literally,
proposition?
it's literally. Wait a second. It's literally so much
your
the case
existence,
that
we are
if
rejecting
I'm
your
saying that
existence. Go home.
no, no, no. For example, this is how debate goes. For example, if I make a
Go
claim,
home.
if I make a claim
Yeah, go
that
home without any evidence. Go home.
come on, buddy, you don't know how to debate. It's
Go
like
home. Bye
when
bye.
you go to
Tata.
debate, I would say that I straightforward reject your
Attend a
premise
kindergarten first,
without providing an evidence.
and then go to primary school, and then secondary, and maybe
And
you
then please
can
study burden of proof.
somehow manage to go to
You
high
guys are
school.
funny.
Go.
I'll
Bye
give
Just a
you
casual
that.
question. Do you believe in
bye.
fairies? Do you
Bye bye.
believe in fairies? Go, bro. Learn burden of proof.
Learn
And
burden of
indeed,
proof.
this is how he carries on his debate. For example, you could
You
go
guys
to,
are
for
funny.
example,
I'll
that
give you that. Yeah.
yep, these
Wait,
guys, yes,
Abhishek.
there's the
Now,
guy,
Abhishek, now
this
let's
guy
come. Now
who's
let's come
saying
to the
Charvaka
Hinduism
is a
part.
part of
Let's come to the
Hinduism.
Hinduism part. First of all, tell me why is Ram such a casteist character?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Why is
Okay.
Ram a casteist
Wait a
character,
second.
and why is Krishna a casteist joker?
I have no idea what you're
Wait,
talking about.
wait a second. Wait.
If
Okay,
wait,
Dhankirti, let me say
if
something.
we prove that Krishna and Ram are casteist characters, that means that Hinduism becomes a casteist religion. Then
Okay, do you
because the
think Ram is
majority of the
misogynist?
Hindus
Okay, do you think Ram is a misogynist character?
you think is a
I have
casteist
no idea
character.
what you're talking about.
No, do you think he's a
Wait a
casteist
second.
character?
I
Wait a
am
second. अरे
agnostic
रुको
about it.
धनकीर्ति.
I
So
don't
he
take a
has no
position on
idea.
it.
अभिषेक मैं
So
कहता हूँ
he has no idea.
एक करके
Wait a second.
अभिषेक वेट
So he has no
लेट्स डू अ
idea
थिंग
what Hinduism
एक
is.
एक करके
Let alone
अभिषेक
debate. Arey, Amkirti, leave him. He has no idea what Ram, Krishna, and these deities are. Then basically what he's saying is he has no idea what Hinduism is. Basically, when we are quoting these deities of Hinduism, he does not know them. When we are asking him, "Do you believe in
I
fairies?"
know
He says,
their
"I have no idea."
names. I know
When,
their names,
but you
but
have not studied it.
I
But
have
you have
no
not
idea
studied it.
what you're talking about when you say one is a
But you have studied
अभिषेक
it.
misogynist or
एक
But
काम
you have
करते
when
अभिषेक
studied.
one is a
ये जो
casteist.
किताबों का नाम है
I
ना
don't
उन
know
किताबों
actually.
से कास्टिज्म निकाल के बता देता है इसको
अरे सुनो Okay, okay, okay. Define your Hinduism. What is Hinduism? Define Hinduism.
I don't have a definition of it. I don't think
Lol.
there is any.
Then how the hell? Then how the hell are you pushing our negation
then
when you
how
don't even have a
then
definition of
how are you
Hinduism?
able to say that we are giving the right definition, we are giving the wrong definition if
I
you don't
didn't
know the correct
say that.
When you
definition?
don't even have a definition.
I
No, you cannot.
I don't. I
No,
never even said that there is a thing as a
no,
wrong definition or a right. That's not stuff that will
no,
come out of
no,
my mouth. I
no,
never
no,
said
no.
this is the
Again,
wrong definition, the
there
right
is a thing.
definition.
There is a thing again with
That's
him.
not that's not the kind of language I ever
Okay,
use.
done. Okay, are you done? Are you done? Okay, then let me. There is a thing. For example, when we are having a debate and some says that, hey, look, this is the premise that I'm taking. For example, I am saying that Hinduism is casteist religion, and somebody says, no, I'm opposing your negation. I'm opposing your premise. For him to oppose his premise, he must understand the premise as well.
Are you
But if he
confusing
does,
premise and proposition for some reason? Like I think you're just
no, I'm making a
okay.
wait a second, I'm giving the okay, let's just say I'm giving a proposition. I'm
Okay.
saying that this is the case, and he says I do, for example, if I say that this and this exist or this and this not exist, and he says I do not know what these terms are, but I will still resist your, I will still not agree with your, I will still, what I will say, push your proposition that you are trying to put forward. This does
Wait,
not make sense at all. If
I
I
don't know what you're talking about. Can you explain what
Yes,
you said?
look again. You are not. You don't know the basics. Go and learn basic stuff, buddy. Go and learn what is burden of proof. Go and learn what is
Wait.
called that.
What do you like? Wait, one sec. What exactly did you say right now? Because that didn't make sense.
Okay, how did it not make sense?
Yeah, you said something like, well,
What? What?
I'm like I'm putting
Uh,
forward some proposition and you don't understand it. So like, what after that? What did you say after
uh,
that? Because I don't understand.
I'm saying that if you don't even understand the proposition, how can you say that you are pushing against that proposition?
Pushing against the proposition just means
Yes.
it
Uh
just
huh.
means inspecting whether the proposition is true or false.
You are not. Okay. So if in order to
And
inspect whether this
yeah,
proposition
and
is true,
part of that is
how do you
getting
inspect?
clarity, which is exactly what I was trying to
No,
do.
no, 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 no. What is how do you inspect a proposition is true or not?
Yeah, so I'll just look at whether I
Ah,
first
what?
comprehend the proposition, whether I understand the terms
Uh,
involved there.
Ah,
If I
okay,
find
okay,
it to
very
be
well, very
propositional,
well. So do you understand the
and then
proposition? Wait a second. Do you
I'll
understand the
see if that
proposition?
proposition. No, I don't understand the proposition.
Do you understand the proposition? I'm just asking you.
No, that's why I was asking you these clarifying questions, and you just went on a
Okay,
ramble.
okay. So if you do, so in the first case, there is a guy who is coming to debate us that he opposes our proposition without understanding our proposition at first, because you did not say that you came here to understand our proposition. You said you are coming
Well,
here to oppose it.
if you look at the debate announcement, it's clearly mentioned
Uh-huh.
there that there was
No, no,
clarity
no. This is
required.
I'm asking you what you said it. I'm asking you what you told me, right? You told me that you are here to oppose that proposition. So you don't understand the
It is
proposition in the
written
first
debate
place.
actually.
Yeah,
Debate.
So there is a look.
by oppose,
This
I
is the
just
funniest part.
mean I
That there
just
is a guy that there is a guy who says that I'm against your proposition that Hinduism is casteist, and then he goes on to say that I do not understand what is casteist and what is Hinduism. I'm saying
That
there is
means
no
Abhishek.
no.
do you think that's some kind of
That
gotcha?
means he is here to just
I
blindly
mean,
defend his faith.
There seems to be a misunderstanding that was previously here and that has returned. Um, I
yes,
I took it to be the case that
Look at the
Puta
meltdown.
was
This
taking
guy
the agnostic
laughing.
stance
that's
and
just the
that you
meltdown,
were
buddy.
taking the pro
That's a
stance.
meltdown, buddy. Cope hard.
Like, is it understood that Aputa is taking the agnostic position or not?
No, he's
No, no,
not
no.
taking
Define
any
the agnostic
position.
position
He's a
over here.
spineless
Wait,
guy.
wait a second. Are don't let him
Okay.
use the heavy terms, right? Okay, buddy. Define each of the position that you're declaring. What is agnostic position? What does agnostic position mean here?
Sorry, I couldn't understand that. You need to talk slower for me.
What does agnostic position mean in the context that we are talking about here?
What's agnostic?
That he neither affirms nor denies the proposition. Is that the same
Uh,
as resisting the proposition?
okay. So if I say that Hinduism is casteist, and he says that I do not affirm, but I do not agree to this proposition as well, right? So he does not oppose my proposition, right?
Oppose in the sense I don't say that it is false.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
So basically, you're saying that it is neither true neither false, right?
Yeah,
That's the case, right?
I'm not convinced it
Yep.
is true, and I'm not convinced it is false.
I that yeah. So you're not convinced it is true. You're not convinced it is false, right? So
Right.
convincing you is not a part of me, right? If you convince that it is false, then it would have been a debate. If you are taking an agnostic position, then you need to at least understand these terms. For example, if you need to
No,
understand that the what
so
Hinduism.
my concept
Okay,
of
okay, okay.
debate just
For under wait a second.
includes you.
In order to take an agnostic position, wait a second. In order to take an agnostic position, do you know the terms to understand take the agnostic position?
I don't know what you're talking about.
But
Do you know the meaning of the terms
to
used in the
clarify,
preposition?
I think a Puta taking the agnostic position could also stem from him not knowing whether the
Well, then
the
just
whether
that
it is
just makes
a
you stupid.
proposition in the first place, and
That's
to
right.
know that
Uh-huh.
it needs to be
Uh-huh.
clarified,
No, no, no.
right?
Yep,
So
yep, yep,
we're
yep. Wait a
still in
second.
the
For in
semantic
order to
analysis phase,
okay,
correct?
are you done? No, there is a thing that's wrong with you guys that we made the case that Hinduism is casteist religion because we know the meaning of the terms and we define the meaning of the terms over here. What is that Hinduism? What does the term Hinduism and what does the term casteist mean? Okay, we are defining the terms over here in our context over here. Now the thing is, if we are making the preposition, we get to define the terms. Now, if he says that he neither agrees whether it is true nor agrees it is false, because that is not the case he made. He said that he came to oppose the proposition. In order to oppose the proposition, he is considering that the proposition is false.
What?
Hmm.
No, he is taking an agnostic stance.
Okay.
I think we've clarified
Okay.
that.
So basically, what you are saying is you do not understand the proposition. You just came right here in the debate just to say that I do not understand the meaning proposition as well.
Wait,
That is not the agnostic. So you are saying
hold up.
not understanding the proposition is agnostic position.
You said earlier that you have definitions of the terms, right?
Uh-huh.
Um,
Wait
could
a second.
could you
Wait
just
a
give
second.
the
Are you saying
definitions of the terms so that everybody can follow
no?
along?
Okay. So first of all, let me explain it to you. Are you saying that not understanding the proposition is an agnostic position as well?
Of course.
Okay. Can you explain? Show me this definition of agnostic position anywhere.
Well, I just told you the definition that it's neither true nor false.
No, no, no.
Taking the positions that's
So for
neither true nor false.
in order to know in order to know that a statement is can be neither qualified as true or qualified as false, you must understand the proposition as well.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yep.
Understand the
Yep.
proposition.
So
I
you
mean, but I'm
agree.
not even convinced it's
Wait
a
a second. So
proposition.
you agree. You agree that for in order to even take an agnostic position, you must first understand the proposition.
Well, it could be just an. I could just treat it as an
Why?
ostensible proposition because I don't even
No,
know
no,
if
no.
it's a
You in
proposition.
order to take an
Hold,
in order to take an
hold up.
agnostic position, you must
May I give an example to help you out here? If I uttered the proposition Schnee ist weiß, would you take
what?
an affirmative stance on that, or an agnostic stance, or would you say it is false?
She is nice. She is nice. I would ask you the
No,
meaning
no,
of the
that's
No.
word.
not.
Schnee ist weiß.
Wait, wait a second. Wait a second. I am saying if you are saying he is nice, right? I would ask you
No,
what the
I'm not saying that. I'm saying Schnee
why these guys
ist
on meltdown,
weiß.
bro? Grow and learn stuff.
Okay,
Okay, let the moderator debate. He's
so it's
debating better
obvious
than you guys.
you did not understand the proposition that I uttered because I uttered it in a
Wait a
different
second.
language,
It's obvious
correct?
that you guys, none of you guys understand the proposition that we uttered, right?
So that's what
Yeah,
Dominic is trying to
nobody
explain.
here is understanding the proposition right
Yes.
now. This
And
is
you
why
came
we're
into
asking for a
debate.
definition.
You came into debate without understanding the proposition.
Oh man. Dominic, do you just want to
Man, you guys are.
do the
This is
demonstration
what this
again?
guy does. This is what this guy does basically.
We don't get
This is what this guy does.
we don't get enough of
This is what
Dominic
this guy.
speaking German.
Yeah, that this will go into any debate and say basically I don't understand your term, so I'm taking an agnostic position. Even to take an agnostic position, you must first understand the proposition. Now the fact that you're
By
saying
the way,
that if I take
Hold on,
just
what stance do you take on the proposition Schnee ist weiß?
she is demise.
No,
I'm not
Schnee
understanding the
ist
sentence again.
weiß. Yeah,
She is.
what
I'm.
position are you taking on that proposition?
I'm. She's.
In the
I'm not
lights of
understanding the last word.
in
I
the
think
lights
that's
of
an
you not understanding the proposition that I just
I
uttered.
let me
Are you taking an
at
agnostic
least
stance?
utter the
Yes or
last
no?
word correctly. Utter the last word correctly. I'm saying that I did not hear the last word. Man, this just keep
Schnee
this guy
ist
off, man. Do
weiß.
debate. You are at least putting some nice arguments. Let this guy off. If you're, for example, if you're saying that he is nice, let's just take this
that's
and
not
you're
what he
saying
said.
what is this? Hey, why is this laugh so cringe? Laugh again, please. Buddy,
I will
can
when
you
you say
laugh again?
something funny.
No, no, please.
I'll
I said,
suggest
please
a
laugh.
different proposition. Hitler ist
Then
böse.
okay, then say it loud, boy, buddy. There's an accent difference. I could not hear the last word. Make the statement.
It's not an accent
Hitler ist
difference.
böse.
It's not an accent difference. It's a language difference. You fucking moron.
Bro, you do not understand. Why is your ass so much hurt? There is a guy who comes to debate without understanding the proposition. Bro, you are the peak
What,
clown over here.
hold on. What is the issue with that, anyways? Just clarify the proposition and move on.
Uh-huh. So if in order to take any
Proposition is
proposition, you must
that
understand the
Hinduism is a
proposition.
casteist
So for example,
religion.
if,
That is
uh,
the proposition.
That is repeating the proposition. Yes.
Yeah, that's not telling me
So
what
you
the
asked what's
proposition
the
actually is.
proposition? Yeah.
okay, then put forward your argument.
Which terms were not clearly understood? Hinduism,
Okay,
casteist.
Yeah,
Okay,
uh-huh.
those are the two terms.
let me summarize what
Wait a second, wait a second.
let me summarize
Arey,
this guy's tomfoolery. Wait, just a second. The thing is that he asked us that do you consider Hinduism in the terms of Orthodox Hinduism or the unorthodox
No,
Hinduism? We
no,
said what is the what is
I didn't say that.
you asked that you
bro,
asked that
please
in
stop
dumb
being
moron.
cringe.
No, don't lie.
Bro,
I
please stop
said,
being
Okay,
cringe for
what did
once.
you ask? What did
I,
Abhishek, wait, what did he ask?
yeah,
Clear.
I asked you, when you
Repeat,
say
repeat,
Hinduism,
repeat.
are you including
Okay.
the
Do you
unorthodox schools of
understand
Indian
Hinduism?
philosophy or
Okay,
Abhishek,
not?
do you
wait. Let me
understand
talk, Abhishek.
Hinduism?
Abhishek, let me talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
go on.
I just asked you, when you say Hinduism, look, I'm trying to get clarity on the term Hinduism as you're using it, and I'm asking you, are you including
Okay.
the unorthodox schools or are you not including the
Okay.
unorthodox schools?
Okay. Goodbye. Okay. Yeah. So what he said that
Why'd you say
when we
goodbye?
use the term
But okay.
Hinduism, are we considering the unorthodox Hinduism as well? So now we just asked him what is this unorthodox Hinduism? Like
Yeah,
what does that
you dodged the
pertain to?
question basically.
So
No, no,
so
no.
actually what happened? So actually what happened was then he said the Charvakas and the Buddhists like the Buddhist, and then he started assuming that the Charvakas and Buddhism are subset of Hinduism.
I didn't
So
say that.
we just said that we don't currently find any evidence which says that. If you find any evidence, then definitely show us. We will also start believing in that.
I didn't say that. This is
The
false.
absence of evidence, the most natural and the default position is
I did
that
not say
we don't agree
this.
to this.
Yeah,
So what
anyway.
did you say then?
So you're just saying
Okay,
that it's not a subset,
so
right?
you accept like the Charvakas are not the subset of Hinduism, right? And there is no such thing as unorthodox sect of Hinduism or anything of that bullshit, right?
What?
So should we move on?
Okay, define what is unorthodox Hinduism.
No,
I
Abhishek,
didn't use that term.
not that. He is a brainless zombie. He cannot even.
I didn't use
Okay,
that
No, he
define
term.
doesn't even know
unorthodox
what's
schools.
good enough proof.
I
Okay, okay,
didn't
okay,
use
okay,
that
okay.
term. I asked you, are you
What does
including the unorthodox schools or are you not including the unorthodox
There are
schools?
what are the
no
unorthodox
unorthodox
schools? Okay,
schools.
what are the unorthodox schools?
Yeah, so
There are no
I
unorthodox schools.
Wait a
Prove
second. What are
that
the
there are
unorthodox schools?
unorthodox schools.
yeah,
Prove.
Wait a second. What are
I
the
yeah, so
Prove
the
him. Yeah,
unorthodox
prove.
schools are just Charvaks and Buddhists.
Prove. Show me something.
proof?
Show me
Show
But
some
me some
references.
evidence that these
yeah,
are
Not your
unorthodox.
mindless yapping.
but
Wait.
notice what claim I did not make. I didn't say that these are
But he will
unorthodox.
provide me the evidence, right?
कोई
Okay,
तो मेरे को
buddy,
सुनने दे.
provide me the evidence that these are unorthodox schools.
Shut up. I didn't make the claim that these are
Brainless.
I can you please shut up for a second? I didn't make the claim that these are unorthodox schools of Hinduism. I
You
just
made.
said that these are
No, you said these are
unorthodox
unorthodox schools.
schools.
You
Yeah.
said these are unorthodox schools, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
you
And not saying
literally
of Hinduism. You
classified
said
these
these
as
are unorthodox
unorthodox
schools,
Yeah,
schools.
right?
I said these are unorthodox schools. I didn't say
Then
that these are
provide me
unorthodox
the
Yeah,
evidence.
schools
yeah. See,
of
just now you
Provide.
of
confirm that
Hinduism.
again. You confirm that again.
Yeah, I said these are unorthodox schools, but I didn't say
Okay, so give me
that.
evidence if these are unorthodox schools. Give me evidence
Wait.
that these are. Give me evidence. Give me evidence.
Wait, one
Give me.
sec. Wait. So by
Yeah, give.
unorthodox, I just mean that they don't hold Vedas to the highest authority.
Yeah. Example, please.
Wait a second. No, 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 no.
Example of
Yeah,
those unorthodox
Arey,
schools, please.
yeah,
Example.
Charvaks and
Sankirti,
Buddhists.
these claims are different now.
Example.
Arey,
Yeah, example.
Sankirti, रुको एक second. How do you define that unorthodox means
या
to not
अभिषेक को
believe?
जाने देना वो यार अनऑर्थोडॉक्स जाने दो
अरे,
उसको
सुनो
एग्जांपल
तो
देने
सही
दो
अरे यार सुन तो सही वो
एग्जांपल
बोलेगा
देने
कि
दो
यार वेदास को अथॉरिटी नहीं मानते फिर प्रूव करता कि वेदास को अथॉरिटी नहीं मानते यही कर रहा है वो सुनो
नहीं कर
Yeah,
क्या करना
पाएगा
है
नहीं कर
exactly.
पाएगा वो
You're. I mean, at least you're tracking. That's good. So yeah, so
नहीं
अरे
कर पाएगा
I
भाई,
buddy,
said
you
उसको
don't
बताने
even
दो.
know.
I
अरे
said these
completely.
are I said that
Define.
these
Define absolute.
I said
Unorthodox define. Uh-huh.
yeah I
How do you
said
know this? This is the meaning of unorthodox.
yeah I just said
Could
that
you stop over talking over Apota?
Huh?
Please don't over
yeah
talk.
Ask him.
yeah
Could
Ask
you
him to
stop
fucking make
over
the
talking?
statement.
Christopher, just wait. Let me
yeah
Okay,
debate with him.
don't over talk.
Let me.
Just
one
don't
sec
over talk. Please just don't over talk.
Dude, shut up.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Okay,
just
okay.
ask
Socrates.
him to
See,
provide the evidence,
Socrates, wait,
right?
wait.
I'm waiting for the evidence.
Abhishek, wait. Let me speak with him. Okay, so please give some examples of unorthodox schools of Hinduism.
I already did. It's Charvaks, Buddhists. Wait. You just modified the
Now
question.
give me, now
No.
give me
You
the
modified
evidence.
the question.
Now
You
give me the
modified the
evidence.
question.
Now give me the evidence.
I
Now
didn't
give me the
affirm.
evidence that
One
these
sec.
are the unorthodox
So
schools. Give me.
just to be
See,
clear, just to be clear,
this guy. Now
just to
look
be
what this
clear,
idiot is doing.
just to be clear,
First of all, when I asked him for the examples, what he's
just
saying that these are the examples, short workers,
just
these, that, all
just
these
to be
things,
clear,
and
I
now
didn't say
and
these
then if I
are
say that give me
examples
evidence,
of
he said, no, I am not
unorthodox.
claiming.
Wait. Dominic, can I get some clarity
Oh,
over
you
here?
spineless idiot, you spineless moron. Give me some evidence that these are the unorthodox school.
Yeah. So just to be
Wait,
clear,
Give me the evidence.
I didn't say these
Stop
are
yapping.
unorthodox schools of
See
Hinduism.
see
I said
now he's again
these
now
are
he's again shifting
unorthodox
position. He's like, oh,
schools.
I didn't say. And when I asked him for
Arey,
example, he's
leave
like,
him.
these are the
Arey,
unorthodox
he's
school. And when I
backpedaling.
said like give me
Backpedaling
evidence,
his
he's like,
claim. Leave
I'm
him.
not saying anything.
Ruko, wait a second. Just provide me the evidence that the definition that
इतना
you said
idiot
about
है ये
what is
बंदा भाई मतलब
unorthodox.
भाई अलंकृत
Arey,
अलंकृत के लड़के हो क्या
छोड़ो. Leave him. I'm just saying, just ask him simple question. You defined unorthodox, right? Provide me that is the scholarly definition of
ब्राह्मण
unorthodox.
हो क्या भाई ब्राह्मण हो
School.
क्या बताओ तो सही ब्राह्मण
Leave
हो
him. Leave him na.
इतना मेरिटलेस
Hello.
ब्राह्मण ही होता है इसलिए
Leave him. Leave him. Just leave him.
Yeah.
Leave him just.
So
I'm just.
I'll just say that these are unorthodox schools. I didn't say these are unorthodox schools of Hinduism.
Okay, then provide me the definition. Provide me the evidence of that definition that you are making, right?
wait Abhishek see just now he said that these are the unorthodox schools but he does not believe that these are the unorthodox school of Hinduism, right? So
Yes.
okay, so that means there
That
are
is
no
why he called.
unorthodox school of Hinduism, right? There are no such thing that there exists.
Yeah.
Okay, and he
I'm not
himself
even
made the claim.
making.
Okay, okay, that's very obvious.
वही तो बोल रहा
And
था यार अभिषेक देख
okay, okay.
यहाँ ये बंदा लैंग्वेज में ही फंस
So he
जाता है
told you.
लिटरली ये इतना मेरिटलेस है
Okay.
लैंग्वेज में फंस
can
So
जाता
you
है
you. So, रुको. So you believe that these are unorthodox schools, but these are not unorthodox schools of Hinduism, right? You believe this thing, right?
hold up? This is completely irrelevant to the
दिस
proposition
इज
here.
नॉट कम्प्लीटली
No, no,
Can
that
irrelevant.
is
you?
relevant.
Uh,
Wait a second. Wait a second. Don't
it
interfere
could
and let me
become
ask him
relevant.
question.
It could become relevant
Don't
later.
ask him
But
question. Wait a second.
we,
Please don't interfere. Let me
the
ask.
listeners,
Abhishek,
are
wait,
still
Abhishek,
not
let me
aware
give them
what you
let
mean when you say Hinduism. Like
Mhm.
not everybody here is from India or aware of religion in India,
Mhm.
or of Indian origin. So
Mhm.
please just clarify the terms. What do you
Yes, I
mean
am.
when you say Hinduism?
Again, I clarified it for 3 times. Now I'm making it for last time. But I want to test the position that he's holding on. He just said that Charvaka and Buddhism, that are unorthodox schools, they are not unorthodox schools of Hinduism. So if they are not unorthodox schools of Hinduism,
Could you
how
just
do you
answer my
think
See,
question, please,
what
to
that
that
provide a
mean is that
definition of
there
Hinduism?
exists no unorthodox school of Hinduism.
yes, then how
Hence
can
proved.
they be a part of Hinduism?
Yeah, hence
The answer
proved.
lies here
Hold up,
only.
I still don't know what definition of Hinduism you are using.
Okay. Okay, so let one guy debate. Let one guy debate. I think moderator is saving his anger, but
Wait,
let
I
one
guess
guy
I will
debate.
debate. Yeah, I will debate. Wait.
Okay.
Okay.
So let just one guy
Okay.
debate. Okay,
So
moderator, let's debate. What is Hinduism? I have defined Hinduism any a set of cultures, a set of culture, tradition, and scripture. These cultures and traditions that are sanctioned
which
by.
value its scriptures like Vedas,
Array,
Ramayana,
leave it,
these
Dhamkirti.
things.
Let me speak. Dhamkirti, let me. I'm just saying that these scriptures, which consider Vedas as their authority, these are what I define as Hinduism.
Can
And
you
the
repeat the
culture,
last half sentence? I didn't catch that.
you did not. Okay. So I'm defining it again. What is Hinduism? Hinduism is a set of cultures and traditions, and the scriptures. And these cultures and traditions mostly sanctioned by these scriptures. And these are all the scriptures that consider Vedas as their authority.
All right.
Do you get the claim? What is Hinduism? Do I have to define what is casteist now? Okay.
So you
So
said
my definition of
Hinduism is a set of cultures and traditions and scriptures that consider Veda as their authority.
Hmm.
Correct?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Can I proceed now to define what is casteist?
Yes.
Okay, so now he has accepted that Charvakas are not an unorthodox school of Hindu, and he has also
Yes,
accepted
I
that
have
there exists
accepted
no such
something that
thing, that there
I
exists no
never.
such thing
Okay,
as
okay, then
unorthodox
shut
school
up,
of
guys.
Hinduism.
Shut up, buddy. Okay, then let the
Yeah.
moderator do it. Okay, okay, moderators will do it. Okay,
At
so
last, he has accepted that there exists no such thing as unorthodox school of Hinduism.
Yeah, I accepted
hmm.
something of whose creation
Understanding
I
your
Okay,
never.
okay,
definition
good,
and accepting your
good boy,
definition are
Okay,
two
okay,
different
let the
things.
moderator speak. He's a
good boy.
clown. Let the moderator. Okay, let me, Dampriti, let me settle this with moderator. So what does casteist mean is that these schools of Hinduism. Okay, so these the all the scriptures that consider Vedas as their authority and the cultures, they follow a culture of Varna system, which is embedded in all of them, right?
Sorry,
Which is
sorry,
embedded in
sorry. You
their.
need to talk slower. I'm not understanding you.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
okay, no worries, no worries, no worries. These books, these scriptures that sanction these traditions, and these scriptures that consider Vedas as their authentic, and even the Vedas themselves talk about a system known as Varna system. So, what is a Varna system? Varna system is a system that is established on an unscientific thing of rebirth that they consider as true. Okay, and what they do is on the basis of that, by birth they classify children as belonging to four different categories. Okay, this can be category one, that is Brahmin, second as Kshatriya, third category that is Vaishyas, and fourth category that is Shudras. Okay, now they assign the occupation on the basis of these categories. Okay, and these books assign the laws of punishment and laws of living and how they have to live, how they have to be distributed wealth, all according to these laws, according to the categories that they have been in which they have been divided. And this is the Varna system, right? Now, this is what I consider as being casteist because it promotes discrimination among different people. This is my meaning of casteist. There are other
Okay, so
meanings
so
such as
to can I compress this as casteist is discrimination according to the Varna system?
right. Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Hinduism is casteist religion. That's the thing.
Now, so we have defined Hinduism, we have defined
Hmm.
castes. So I guess if anybody has an obligation to that definition, raise your hands right now. If you do not have, I think we can proceed further to provide the evidence that this is the case. Okay,
So
let's move
I'm
forward.
one sec. So I
Okay.
think Dominic is typing out the definition anyway. But yeah, so I'm just gonna ask you like, you're
And
saying that this
scripture,
is,
something is cast.
yeah. So one
Uh,
sec. So you're saying, it's like
Can you
if
check
something.
debate VC chat? Whether
I can see. I
it's
can
true,
see.
right? Good.
I can see.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, so the definition is that it promotes discrimination according to the Varna system, right? So what is the argument?
Mhm. I think I just gave that it promotes discrimination.
Yeah, I'm asking you for an argument for that proposition.
Okay, so you are asking me to provide evidence that it promotes discrimination, Varna system, right?
Yeah. And okay, so
Okay, okay.
I need a bit more clarity. So when you say promotes discrimination, are you
Mm-hmm.
saying that it's um, that there are certain
Mm-hmm.
normative claims that are made in it, like
No. What do
they
you mean by normative claims over here?
yeah, normative
Define
as
those terms
in
very quickly
something
for me.
like so I can give you examples of normative claims like X should be done, X should not be done. So when you say it promotes discrimination, do you mean
Mm-hmm.
that it says that discrimination ought to be performed or something like that?
It sanctions those discriminatory practices in the name of its scriptures and in the name of the God.
Does it So sanction in what sense? Sanction in the sense that
Sanction in the sense it says
Sanctify,
sanction in the sense,
sanctify.
for
What he's
example,
trying to say, sanctify.
wait,
basically, for example, it means
sanction
is
or
that
sanctify, does that mean like it
Sanctify,
ought to be
sanctify.
done?
let me explain, buddy. अरे यार हो गया, then let me explain it.
Does
So the
it
thing
mean
is,
it
what
ought
does
to be
it mean?
done?
अरे let me explain ना. Let me explain
Just
what does it
yeah,
mean? What do I mean
I'm
by
asking
promoting
you a
discrimination?
question.
Then let me explain ना. Keep quiet for some minutes. The
Yeah,
thing
so
is,
but you aren't
so this is
answering
for
my
example.
question.
अरे
Shut up.
buddy, let
He's
me
answering. Shut
answer
up.
it. If you can shut up for minutes, then I can speak, right?
So you can just answer the question, right? So you could just say
अरे
Shut up,
yes.
you
buddy,
You
shut
could
goddamn
the
you could
fuck
cunt.
say
up.
Shut up.
Then
yes.
only
Let
You
him
answer.
could
define. Let
you
him
could
define.
you
No,
could
it
say
does
Why are
not
you
have an
scared
answer.
of?
yes or
Why
Let
are you
me
scared of
answer.
definition? Why are you scared of
Let
definition?
me answer. Let me answer.
so
The
what's
thing
the
is,
is it a yes or is it a
अरे
no?
अबे
भाई
अरे तू बोल
what
यार, तू
fuck
बोल
is
यार,
this
वो
guy
जोकर को
on?
छोड़, अरे वो चूतिया है, उसको
So
छोड़.
are you
हाँ
some
बोल
sort
तू.
of clown or what? Let me speak.
Is it a
Moderator, where is
yes?
the moderator
Is it a
guy?
yes or no?
अरे
अरे
अभिषेक तू छोड़,
moderator
तू तो
guy.
डिफाइन करना, वो चूतिया एक नंबर का, उसको छोड़.
So the
बोल.
thing is,
I'm.
here Hinduism makes
I
these
don't even
claims.
know where the dispute went.
Okay, then
So
okay.
Dom, let me recapitulate
Please
you.
control
So
the clown. Okay, so the thing is, Hinduism
Please
does
control
make
this
these claims
clown.
as well.
Dom,
Hinduism does make this claim.
Hmm.
Please shut the fuck up, clown. The second thing is, it
Dom,
also says,
can I get a can I get a sec? One sec. Yeah,
so and the
What
second,
do you want?
yeah.
not only does it just says
You
that
want burnout?
God has divided these four varnas, and God, whoever does this thing is the one who's the one who attains God. These are the kind of statement that Hinduism makes. So in
Wait,
the name of the
but
God, the name of
that's not
attaining,
answering my question.
I didn't
I
answer your question.
when I asked you by promoting what was the word you used? It
अभिषेक सोच, ये बंदा ये
Discrimination.
चीज को यूट्यूब पे डालेगा, ये
yeah
जोकर.
promotes, yeah, it's when you say promotes discrimination. I asked you, do you are you saying that this is a normative thing, as in does it say it ought be performed, it should be performed, is that what it's saying, or
Mhm.
it's just saying so?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so you could just answer that question like 5 minutes ago,
You
right,
can
instead
just
of
answer a
wasting my
question. Let
time.
me elaborate my point. You do not get to hold the thing authority over here.
Yeah, so I mean
If
you,
I have something else to say, let me answer it. If I can
yeah,
press on
but
you
then
and
that's
saying yes
just
or no,
dodging
Mr.
my
Rock,
question, but okay, go ahead.
no, you are not. You are not dodging my question. You are the one rotating the debate for past half an hour. So let's
What?
just move past that and let's
Rotating
provide the
debates,
evidence
okay.
of how it promotes discrimination. Let us open Manusmriti. Okay. Shall we start, right? Now we have provided the definition, so shall we start providing the
Yeah, just
Just
start,
yeah,
just start.
just to be clear, I am looking for
Yeah, so
something that
when we
says
open Manusmriti,
something
it has
discrimination ought
casteist
be
remarks in it,
performed.
and it teaches casteism.
अरे
चल.
हाँ shut the fuck up buddy.
अरे
This is
उसको
what
उसकी बात को इग्नोर करना यार, उसको इग्नोर कर.
हाँ अरे he has not read it right.
Yeah, so
अरे कुछ
I'm
नहीं
just
आता
looking for
गवार एक
something
नंबर का.
that says discrimination ought be
अरे
performed.
right buddy. Bro
अरे
why
गवार
like
एक
so
नंबर
much,
का है, उसको छोड़.
why is this guy like so much like are you okay buddy?
गवार है ना इसीलिए. देख चुप हो गया.
I'm waiting
अरे
for you to
leave it.
provide the evidence that
हाँ
अरे
so
कौन
discrimination
सा
you
ought
एविडेंस,
guys
be
कौन सा
you
performed.
guys
एविडेंस?
have the copy. अरे wait a second, do you guys have the Manusmriti?
I'm just waiting for you to provide the evidence that
अरे I'm asking you a
discrimination
question, do
ought
you
be
have a
performed.
Manusmriti? It has a yes or no answer. Do you
No,
have
no, I
Manusmriti
don't.
copyright with you?
No.
So answer the question that I'm asking you. Don't yap right now. Okay, so I'll have to provide it from my side. Okay. So just search, or okay, I have to provide. So where do I have to provide the screenshots and the links? Because I have the copy with me, so I can provide. Do you know how to read Hindi?
Yep.
अरे इतना तो आता ही
You-
होगा ना उसको.
हाँ, इतना ही आता होगा. Okay.
हाँ.
So, okay, so here's the thing. Just open Manusmriti verses, right? Okay. Just
मनुस्मृति वर्स बोल दे उसको, लाइन रेफरेंस दे दे, बस उसका काम है दूंगा.
hmm. 8 point, just start reading from chapter 8.405 408 to 404 Manusmriti chapter 8.404 to 8.414.
And somebody screenshot that.
Somebody, bro, are you doing it or I have to do it?
You can pose a screenshot. I'm not doing anything.
Okay, sir.
कुछ
Just
नहीं आता,
waiting.
कुछ आता होगा तो करेगा ना ये.
अरे he does not know single shit, buddy. Just
हाँ.
let it. So this is I'm posting a Shudra.
He's a bromine, bromine, I know that.
But let's just skip past over that, and this is it. I can paste it over here, right?
I have atomic number 5. Nice.
Where is this guy? I cannot paste the image over here. Why?
Hold up.
Just give me the media box.
Try again.
Wait a minute. Try again. No, still not. What's happening?
I just gave you the role to be able to post media.
Copy. I'm pasting an image. I'm not pasting some text. I did it. I did it. Just check these. I'm sending more. Right.
Which channel did you send it in?
This is VC chat only. Debate VC chat.
No, it arrived. Good.
Okay. So do I have to can I cite the verses? Okay. Chapter 11. I'm sending more, right? Just wait over. 11 point. I made a list, right? Okay. 11.135.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm there.
none of this suggests how any of this has got to do with the birth of the person, as opposed to just anything
Birth.
else.
Okay. So you are okay. So first you need to find the name. That where does it suggest about birth, right? Okay.
Oh yeah, that's also an
So
interesting point that I didn't know. So like as
okay.
Socrates
Let me
has said,
provide, right? Let
it's
me
not even
provide.
clear
Arre,
that these
buddy.
are part of the Vedas. But okay.
Wait a second. How do you know these are not part of because Vedas? Literally, Manusmriti is sanctioned in the name of Vedas, and it was followed in India since long back. It has a history. I can provide you papers with that.
The what? But okay. Anyway.
Uh-huh. Chapter 1. So here's the thing that you talk about the how they are where they are born. Origin, right? The origin of Sudras. Okay, so this is it. Chapter 131. So this is the verse that says about how Brahmins, Shudras, Vaishyas are originated, right, from God. Okay. Then okay, then this is the one chapter 1.31. Check. And then in the 191 it has okay. I need to go to 191. Okay. There I find it. Just here it is. So here he assigns what are the duties of them, and also it is written in the Vedas themselves, right? The Vedas. Wait a second. I'm giving you directly from the Vedas, Rig Veda himself. Rig Veda Mandal 10, Sukta 90, verse 13. Rig Veda Mandal 10, hymn 90. Just, I need to cite it from Wisdom Library. Okay, good. Great. 1097. Next, 98, 9, then 10, 11, 12, 13, and then ferment 14. Wait a second. 12, 12. Brahma was his mouth. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I need to go. So this is from the Rig Veda itself, where it says about their origin, how they were born out of Brahma, and Uh-huh. What's the arc that Manusmriti consider Vedas authority? Okay, okay, okay. Vedas, Manusmriti. Okay, okay. So here it is. So he needs
Wait,
to
wait,
show the
wait,
proof
no,
that
no,
he
no, no,
consider.
no, no. Wait, why are we going on this tangent? So, the the proposition here that's being debated is that the set
Mm-hmm.
of cultures, which we call whatever you defined it as
Mm-hmm.
Hinduism, that
Mm-hmm.
considers the Vedas as supreme authority, is a religion that
Mm-hmm.
promotes
Yeah.
discrimination according to the Varna system. So, what's the argument and what premise are these things that you are
Mm-hmm.
supplying substantiating? Like, what's the argument and what's the which premise are
What's
these
the
things?
argument?
Yeah,
What? Wait a second. We defined the term Hinduism, right? I think
yeah,
you know the term Vedas,
yeah.
right? So Vedas, Manusmriti considered Vedas as
Wait. So,
authority.
just to be clear, so you're delivering the argument for the proposition that's being debated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Bro,
and
can you clarify your mind because I don't think you are understanding very well because that's we are going through it. I think you're learning Hinduism.
yeah. So, are you um, giving me like a, an argument for it?
Yeah, yep, that's what I'm
Okay.
giving the argument from. That's how it
So,
promotes discrimination.
what's the first premise of the argument?
The first premise of the argument is that the Manusmriti is considers Vedas as authentic, is the supreme authority of the Shastras.
Okay, let me just type that
Do you
out.
want the work of that?
The Manusmriti
Mhm.
considers Vedas as
Oh, ChatGPT.
authority. Okay.
Uh-huh.
What's the second premise?
The second premise is Manusmriti promotes discrimination,
Manusmriti promotes
promotes
this
discrimination among categories, among the
category.
four categories that have been given.
So I'll just say among the four castes, right?
The four varnas they are, you don't even know there is a slight difference, but yes, you can say. Some
Yeah,
castes are
okay.
within the varnas name.
Yeah, okay.
They are
So
based on that system.
is there a third premise?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Keep writing more premises.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Manusmriti assigns, just keep writing, Manusmriti assigns different criminal punishments for the same act done by people of different categories. Keep writing the premises. I'm stating.
Different varnas. Okay, the next.
Mhm. And the next is Manusmriti. Manusmriti prevents Shudras from getting the education of Vedas, thus causing discrimination of education opportunity in education.
1 second. Can you say that again?
What?
Can you repeat that so that I can type?
Manusmriti does not allow Shudras to get the education of Vedas.
Doesn't allow. Okay, what's the next premise?
The next premise is Manusmriti does not also allow others to teach Vedas to the Shudras. Not just is prevents them from learning, it also does not allow others to teach them education of Shudras. It also assigns different punishments if that's the written. Also, Manusmriti, keep writing, also promotes untouchability among categories. Keep writing.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
What's the next premise?
Manusmriti prevents the change of occupation by the Shudras, therefore snatching away their right to do the education occupation that they want.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay, now uh, Manusmriti provides very harsh punishment, not just different, very harsh punishment to the Shudras as compared to that of Brahmins.
That seems subsumed by the third premise. So that seems
Oh, okay. Then
superfluous.
we can okay. Manusmriti prevents Shudras from owning wealth. Keep
ये
writing,
आगे
sir.
बढ़ाओ डिबेट यार अब.
Arey, no. I'm having a chill, but I'm just. He thinks that the premises will be over. I literally make him write more than 200 premises right now.
अरे
Okay, go
सब पे
ahead.
चुदेगा ये, सब पे चुदेगा, इसको
Arey,
जाने
I
दो.
have 1200 verses, buddy. I have 1200 verses. He does not even know what's coming for him.
So
Just keep writing.
just to be clear, these are premises to the argument such that the conclusion
हाँ
is the
हाँ
debate proposition, right?
हाँ,
हाँ
right,
हाँ
right.
भाई, मनुस्मृति
हाँ
को हटा दोगे तो
भाई,
हम रामायण ले आएंगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
हाँ कोई दिक्कत नहीं. We will come from Gita as
कोई
well.
दिक्कत
Don't
नहीं है
worry.
भाई.
We have the Mayana
Yeah.
as well.
बहुत गांड मारे तुम्हारे पूर्वज तुम्हारी अभी.
We don't.
Okay, so we are down to ninth premise. Okay, let's do it.
Hmm.
ये देखिए बंदा
Uh,
कितना गधा है,
it considers
मजूरी कर
Shudras
रहा
as
है हम लोग.
inferior. It considers Shudras as inferior to Brahmins.
Okay.
Are you done for the basic things? I think these are done, right?
So do you have another premise, or do you want to go to the?
These are the premises for the Manusmriti because I have to come to the Ramayana, Mahabharata, other text as well, right?
Okay, do you think this is sufficient to establish your claim?
Very much sufficient.
Okay, so so there's no next premise. There are 9 premises to this argument, and then you're going directly to the conclusion. Am I right? Okay.
There are others as well, but for the time being, I'm giving 9. You can say most probably because if I have to give, I'll give literally from the Upanishads and from the Gita as well. I'm giving right now from the Manusmriti because it is the Dharma Shastras.
Okay, so let me just find the proposition, and I'll just copy and paste this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's in the debate VC. Okay, do you think
Are we done?
so this is the argument, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think the argument is valid deductively?
What?
Do you think the argument is
Yep.
deductively
Yep.
valid?
As per the definitions provided, what do you mean by deductively over here?
Yeah, so by deductively I just mean that if the premises are true, then there's no case that the conclusion is false.
There is no case that the conclusion is false. I would say consider then 2 or 4 more premises inside it. That the Vedas also considers it the origin of the Varnas. Just write the premise that the Vedas themselves
So this
considers.
so this
Hmm.
argument is not deductively valid. Am I getting that?
It is valid with one more argument.
With one more argument.
Hmm.
Do you mean
Just write
premise?
the argument. Therefore, with one more premise, I would say. Yep. Just
Okay.
add one more premise in the last that all the
Okay. Yeah, what's the
that
premise?
Bhagavad Gita. Just write the premise is Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Ramayana, right? That are the major texts of Hinduism.
Okay.
That are the major texts of Hinduism. Consider Manusmriti as authentic book of Hinduism.
What do you mean by authentic here?
Authentic here means it will be used to dictate the dharma shastra. It will be used to dictate the day-to-day life. It's like codes assigned. For example, in Islam you have hadith, right?
So you're saying
Do you understand it?
these are acceptable according to them.
Yep, these are acceptable according to them.
And hopefully you mean the entirety of Manusmriti, correct?
Hmm. So shall we proceed now,
Okay, so we
or do you
have,
have any more objections?
yeah, so we have 10 premises here and the conclusion. Um, do you see the, I think I just edited the original message, so I'll just copy paste it. This is the argument, right? So now do you think this argument is deductively valid in the sense that
Yep, this
the
argument
premise.
is deductively valid. Yep.
Okay, so what rules of inference are you using?
I'm saying basically what I should say. I do not know the name of those rule of inferences, but you can say that if the main book of Hinduism consider these books as authentic, then the rules assigned in these books are considered as authentic. So basically,
He
what
is
you say?
using common sense.
No. Look, wait a second. There is a name for it. For example, in the set theory, for example, it's like you can say this: if A is a subset of B, right,
Mm-hmm.
and C is a subset of B, then C automatically is a subset of A,
Okay.
right? Hmm. So C here are the discriminatory practices and laws that are assigned. Okay, B here is the Manusmriti. A here is the most important books, central books of Hinduism. So central books of Hinduism contain the authority to provide the authority to the B, that is the Manusmriti, and the Smritis as whole. They provide authority to all the Smritis, but I'm just taking one Smriti. If I take other Smritis, literally they are like fucking piece of shit. I don't know anybody here can digest the amount of shit they have, but I'm just taking the softer one. So the
So
thing is, now B,
so like what form do you think this argument is taking? Like I don't know what form it is taking.
it is taking.
So
You
it's
don't
taking
understand
it,
A, B,
it has 10 premises and it has a conclusion. So
uh-huh.
what's like,
Mhm.
how do I know this
What's
is
like?
deductively valid?
Deductively valid because there is one premise that says the authority, the main central books of Hinduism that considers Vedas as authentic because that's how I defined Hinduism. That these contain scriptures that are that consider Vedas as their authentic, right? And these scriptures, okay, the central scriptures that are Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, and then you have Ramayana, Mahabharata. These scriptures have within them provide authority to the Manusmriti, right? And then Manusmriti sanctions these laws. Therefore, these laws
So
are
I
valid
think
laws of Hinduism.
so you might need another premise here because I actually don't
What?
see the
Go.
I
Tell me
don't see
how
how
you don't
this,
see.
yeah, so I don't see how
Okay,
this
tell
is
me how you
valid.
don't see.
Um,
Okay, tell me how you don't see as valid. How you don't see it as valid.
yeah, so this is not of the form of valid inferences that we see. It's not like a like
Wait a second.
I don't
How?
it's
How?
yeah,
Explain
so
me how.
yeah, I can show you.
Explain me how.
Yeah. So if you
Hmm.
take P1, P2, P3, these are all individual propositions. Like these are all
Hmm.
I'm assuming they're all atomic propositions.
Hmm.
Um,
What do you mean by
or,
atomic propositions?
yeah, like there's no further there's no further it's not like a proposition that can be simplified into smaller like more propositions.
Okay. 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 Then move forward. Hmm.
Yeah,
Then.
so these are all like atomic propositions, and the conclusion is a proposition that does not feature in any of the premises as part of an implication or a conjunction or anything like that. So I just don't see how it's
Okay.
valid given the rules of
Then wait a second. Wait a
propositional
second.
logic.
How you are saying that it does not have that?
Yeah, so I can just drop like
What
a
do you mean
two.
by conjunction over here?
Yeah, conjunction is just like of the form P and Q, where P and
PQ
Q
of
is
how?
true if
What?
and only
What do you
if,
mean by?
yeah, so it's of the
Ha
form
ha
P and Q, and P and Q is true if and only if both the propositions P are true. P and Q are true.
ha. So both all the क्या कहते हैं, premises here laid are true. So what's the issue with that?
Yeah, so I'm not convinced that all the even if I
No, no,
grant that,
no,
yeah,
no. Tell me how, right? You are saying that it does not follow. I'm asking you how does it not follow?
yeah,
What it follows
I'm just
is what
saying,
the structure of argument is basically
yeah,
this.
I'm just saying that
A
this is
that
just a
wait a
P
second.
Q.
A
One sec.
no no
So
no 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 no. A Wait a second. A, it says that central books of Hinduism
Yeah, so
are
Dominic
Vedas.
Dominic has posted
A,
a tree proof, which
uh,
just is just like an A and B and C. Um,
again,
this
Okay,
is just
at the
invalid.
this
at the
is
moment to help you
wait,
here.
wait a
At
second,
the
wait a
moment,
second. That is again wrong. He's putting it the wrong way. I thought I what are you doing is you're going to the truth checker the thing in proof generator thing, and what you're doing is putting out arguments. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying prove that how my argument is invalid, given on the fact is the first
This
thing is
is the proof of the
A.
invalidity.
Wait a second. Wait a second. A is Vedas, the central books of Hinduism, that grant authority to the Upanishads and that grant authority to the Varna system, right? Okay.
No.
Then what I defined Hinduism as the scriptures that considers Vedas as their authority, right? I considered them as their authority. So the Manusmriti considers Vedas as their authority. Therefore, Manusmriti is a part of Hinduism.
Just to be
Do you
clear,
agree on this?
do you no? Do you understand
No.
what's the truth tree proof generator doing?
No, no, no. Do
Like
you
it's
understand the argument that I'm laying out here? No, no. I'm asking you, do you understand the argument that I'm laying out here?
I
I'm saying,
understand the premise. I understand like
no, no, no.
that it
No,
has
no,
10
no. I'm not.
premises and a
Look, look, look.
conclusion,
This is
but I
not.
don't see how it's
This is,
valid.
look. Look, this is not what I'm asking you. I do not care about what these proof generator you are putting out. I'm just asking you the question. Answer it. I'm saying this Hinduism, what we defined is the scriptures that considers Vedas as their authentic source. Am I right?
I don't see why I should answer it, given that the argument itself doesn't
Okay, then
seem
again,
valid.
no. Okay, no. It does not. Then you are dodging the question. I am asking you,
Yeah,
Vedas, you are
I
putting the
am
question in
dodge.
the wrong way. How do you
Yeah,
say it's not valid? Wait a second. How do you
I'm
say it's not valid?
yeah. So the proof is posted in the chat.
No. You have put it in the wrong way, right? I saw that you have put it in the wrong way. The thing is, all
Yeah,
these 10 premises.
so show me what's the right way to put it and how these
Okay,
premises
okay,
form that kind of
okay. This is
structure.
okay, buddy, don't worry. These premises prove that Manusmriti is discriminatory. Okay, these
अरे भाई तेरे
verses.
शंकराचार्य ने करी थी ऐसे डिबेट कभी?
What's
Are
so
so leave it.
शास्त्रिक
what's the
डिबेट
so
ऐसे
you
होती है
Are
said
क्या?
leave him.
look
Are leave him. Damkirti. Okay.
look
There's one thing only. Okay,
शास्त्रिक
there's
डिबेट
one
ऐसे
thing.
होती ही
Okay,
नहीं है लेकिन
he's Manusmriti. Okay. Let him be dodging. He
शास्त्रिक
knows.
कोर्ट
look
इतना बढ़ता है
He
कोर्ट
you
कल्चर
said
dodging.
Dominic made an error when
Let
he
me.
put it right. So
Okay, are you
what's the
done?
right way of showing it and show me
Okay, let
the
me explain
validity.
it to you. Wait a second. Let me explain it to you, buddy. Would you? I have already said that Vedas are the central books of Hinduism. You and I both agreed to it. You and I both agreed
Why
to
are you
the
telling
definition
me
of.
all of this instead of showing the argument is deductively valid?
Then fucking listen to me. Fucking rather than dodging the question. Then I think we made the argument that A, that is Hinduism, has B, that are Vedas, Gita, Upanishad, Mahabharata, Ramayana. Right? These are the central books of. Therefore, B is a subset of C. Now, B grants authority to Manusmriti. Manusmriti has these laws. These all the premises only prove that these are the verses of a book called Manusmriti. Therefore, Manusmriti book
So
is
basically,
discriminatory because these verses are
so you said this argument is valid, right?
what?
This argument that you gave me, this 10 premise abomination that you gave me, you said it is
What?
valid, right?
These arguments prove that Manusmriti is discriminatory.
It's one
And then
argument
when
with
it is
10 premises and a conclusion. So
uh-huh.
is that
This is
deductively
only
valid?
one. So no. There are three premises. Right? And
There are
one of
10
the answer to
premises.
can you listen to me? The three premises, and for the one premise, these are the arguments. The premise number one is that I've defined Hinduism and all that thing. Premise number one is the central books of Hinduism. Central books of Hinduism
What's
grant
this? What's this premise you're talking about? It's not in the argument.
it. These are the argument to prove that Manusmriti is discriminatory.
Christopher, just to help you here.
No. I am trying to help
We've
you guys,
established.
which you guys are trying to dodge. Okay, wait a second. Let me point out my premises. Okay,
Wait.
there are first premises. First premise is that the central books of Hinduism, Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Mahabharata, and Ramayana, grant authority to the Manusmriti. The second argument is Manusmriti has discrimination within it. Manusmriti provides laws for Manusmriti provides codes that promote
Christopher,
discrimination. The third premise is
please let me help you. Please
no,
let me help
no,
you here.
please answer my question. The third premise is, therefore, Hinduism, these books promote discrimination. These are the 3 premises, and these 10 premises are only to prove the second premise is correct. This
Christopher,
is
please let me help you, because this is painful right now. We've first established the contents of the proposition that is being debated, right? Now you've given an argument. We know the contents of the argument and the contents of the premises, and now what Aputa is trying to establish is whether the argument is valid in form.
no,
So
he's writing it the wrong way. He's writing it the wrong way.
Basically, yeah, that's why we are asking you. We are trying to clarify the structure, the logical structure of the argument. So basically, if
Okay,
you
okay.
say
So I have provided. I just give you the logical structure, right?
No,
I
you've
just
not
give you
given
the logical.
logic.
I just give you the
I
logical
haven't.
right structure.
Okay, so I consider logical connectives to be if, and, or, this kind of stuff. I I'm not seeing any of these in the first
Okay.
10 premises.
Okay.
Or you could
Okay.
specify
Okay.
which type of logic you want to use.
Okay.
That's all
So I have
fine.
to write that down, right? Wait, I have to write that down basically, right? Okay.
You don't have to. We can help you do that. That's
No. Okay, wait a second. I'm writing. It's the very simple way to calculate is evaluate. With all the arguments that I'm laying out, you just have to agree whether you say it's valid or not.
what?
What?
Hmm.
I didn't catch the last sentence.
Yeah.
Can you repeat that?
You just, for example, if I'm pointing out an argument, right, and I'm pointing out the premises, you just have to say that if these premises follow one from the other.
Yeah, that's what we're trying
Okay.
to
So
check,
this.
whether the conclusion follows
Okay.
from the premises.
Okay. So this
The
is
premises
the
don't need to
structure.
follow from each other.
Okay. Check this structure. Check this structure. I'm sending you right now. Okay.
Okay.
Check this one. The 10 premises that I wrote down was to prove that Manusmriti is casteist. Check this structure that I just gave you.
This is a completely different argument.
No. It's the same argument. The 10 premises that I wrote was to prove that Manusmriti is the casteist book. But you can get a simplified
What?
version of it over here. Just check it.
Yeah, so this is not the argument for the debate proposition.
No, this is the argument for the debate proposition. If Manusmriti teaches Shudra is a slave of Brahmin, then Manusmriti is casteist. If Manusmriti teaches that Shudra is slave of Manusmriti does teaches that is the case, that Shudra is a slave of Brahmin. Therefore, Manusmriti is casteist. Now, Hinduism is casteist if Manusmriti is casteist. Therefore, it concludes that Hinduism is casteist. That is the simplified version. I was just, those 10 premises, I was just trying to lay out how Manusmriti is casteist. I just give you a single term.
I asked you like at least a couple times that
Put
these
it in
premises,
generator, right? Put it in
the conclusion of this argument is the debate proposition, and you said
So,
yes.
yes, this is the debate proposition. Yes.
So when I laid out this argument, this argument,
I said no. I said wait a second. The argument that you are laying out, I said that it misses some premises. That's why you put it in the wrong way. I have put a simplified version of it over here, right?
One
Just
second.
check it out.
So when I put this argument and I asked you, is this argument deductively valid? You said, you need to add P10. So then I added P10 and then I asked you, is this argument valid?
No. There are things, right? I did not. No. There are things. For example, you asked me valid in terms of, like, for example, logical syllogism. Then not. But for example, if you're asking me how it logically follows, I can explain. But I did not use the term
Okay,
if, then, that's why.
but if it is okay, fine. But it, like, I mean, that's law. If that's what deductively valid means, it means that the conclusion
Okay,
follows from the premises.
then I did not know. Okay, wait a second. It's very easy, right? I did not know what deductively means. That's
I
why
told
asked
you
to
what
clarify
deductively
it.
valid means. I told you that the premises are true, then there's no case that the conclusion is false.
Then the
I
premises
literally
are
told
true.
you.
Wait a second.
And after
Wait a
that,
second,
you
that's
told
why
me
he
that
said there are more
this
premises.
argument is deductively
That's why
valid.
he said. That's why. Okay, are you done? Are you done yapping? That's why he said that consider the argument of it. All these premises were to prove that Manusmriti is casteist.
So you grant that this argument is deductively invalid, right? And you made a false claim that this is deductively valid.
This argument is deductively valid to prove that Manusmriti is casteist. If you write it in the correct structured way.
So is this argument deductively valid or not? This argument that I've posted like latest.
For what? To prove what? To prove what?
I don't know what that means. I didn't know validity is
You know.
indexical.
Well, then I don't know what deductively valid means.
Yeah, I told you. Deductively valid just means if
Like,
the
I don't understand what you told me. I
yeah.
don't
So
understand.
if
I'm
the
saying you, I'm gave you
premises
correct.
So,
yeah, if the premises are true, then the conclusion
Wait a second.
is
Wait a
not
second.
false.
hold
These
up.
premises.
Okay, wait. Is
No, no,
the
no. He's just
are we
dodging. Wait a second.
are we discarding the 10 premise argument in
No, no,
favor
no.
of
We
the
are.
3
Are you?
premise
Wait a
argument?
second. Are you done
Because the
speaking?
3 premise
Are you
argument
done?
is valid.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Okay,
I'm
okay, okay.
asking you
So,
a question of
hmm,
clarification.
hmm, hmm, hmm. The 10 arguments that I gave was to prove that Manusmriti is casteist. And I defined the book and I defined the thing casteist over here. So the thing is, you have not included in that argument some things that I forgot. And that's why I didn't rate it. I said that these verses are enough to prove that it is casteist. I did not know what deductively followed means. He said one follows from other. I thought he had included a thing that if Manusmriti considers them as slave, if Manusmriti does follow those practices
Wait.
of,
So
for example, if add
is this argument deductively valid? Yes or no?
the next one that I gave, the next one.
No, the one I posted right now.
Yes, no, because you have made some mistakes.
But this is the I mean I didn't make any mistakes. You
No, no.
dictated these premises to me. I just typed them down.
Yep, 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 yep. You can say that I forgot to add ifs and buts in that thing.
So is this argument deductively valid or no?
No, it's not in the complete form. No.
Okay, so can I get a concession
What?
that when you dictated this argument and you said it is deductively valid, you made a mistake?
Mm-hmm. I made a mistake that I did not know what deductively valid means in the first place, and then I made the mistake that I did not use the words ifs and buts to prove howsoever. So
Okay,
consider
cool.
this. If Manusmriti teaches Shudra is a slave of Brahmin, then Manusmriti is casteist. Manusmriti teaches Shudra is a slave of Brahmin. Manusmriti is casteist. Hinduism is casteist. If Manusmriti is casteist, Hinduism is casteist. This is the structured way. Now put it in the truth proof generator, and now shall I provide?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this
Mhm.
argument seems valid. This one, whatever.
Mhm. Oh.
Okay, yeah. This argument is valid. But I'm just
Mhm.
gonna question.
Mhm.
Wait one second.
Or you can consider the same argument in this form. For example, if I can put this if
Oh wait, even this is a bit weird. Dominic, did you reformalize it or something?
Yeah,
what?
I helped out a bit. So
No, you did not help. I
the
formulated. Wait
first
a second. You
premise.
did not. Wait a second. You did
Yeah,
not help. I formulated it. So.
Bro.
just a little bit. Like the first premise is a yeah, P if P then Q. Second
Mm-hmm.
premise is P, and third premise is if and only if Q then R.
Okay. Yeah. So
The first premise
I'll
is
just yeah.
if Manusmriti teaches Shudra is a slave of Brahmin, then Manusmriti is casteist.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Second premise, Manusmriti teaches Shudra is a slave of Brahmin. And the
Mm-hmm.
third premise is if and only if Hinduism is casteist if and only if Manusmriti is casteist.
Yeah. So I'll just so I'm evaluating P1 as both the antecedent and the consequent being false. So I'll just grant P1. Um, well, false in the sense like I'm not convinced that they're true. So I mean, um,
So you are now you want to check if the premises are true, right?
yeah, I'm checking if the premises are true.
Hmm. I'll send you the verses.
Yeah. So what's the
Just
argument
check
for the proposition that actually yeah? What's the argument for P1?
what if Manusmriti promotes discrimination, then it is casteist. To sorry, what slave, right? Slave one.
Yeah, if it teaches. Well, I need some clarity on what teaches means. Teaches in the sense, does it say, um, like
What
it's
promotes?
good?
What teaches, which means it promotes. Teaches in the sense of here, it means promotes.
Promotes in the sense that it deems it as morally permissible. Is that what you're getting at?
For
Okay, so
example, shall,
if
should.
yeah, so if so we can just change the wording to incorporate
No,
for
no, no.
that. So
Why
if
change? For example, okay.
yeah, so if Manusmriti holds
So you need
that
any.
it's
He
permissible.
doesn't he
So
doesn't mean change.
basically,
He
you need an
means substitute.
argument.
Yeah,
You need an
yeah. I mean,
argument to put that
I
if
just
one is.
mean, I just mean switching around the like term, do the term substitution basically.
No, no, no. I'm asking you simple as that. That the structure that I've given. There are two structures. If you are thinking, for example, you need argument to know that if Shudra is a slave, then it is casteist. You need argument for that.
One sec.
The premise one.
No, no, one sec. I'm just
What
retyping
is
it.
your objection? You are not clearly formulating your objection.
I mean, I haven't gotten to that stage. I'm just evaluating what the propositions mean at this point. For wait,
He
there's
is
like
trying his
two.
best to not bring the debate on the verses.
Wait, there are two or three versions of this. What the hell? Okay.
So I'm asking you, do you need argument to know that if Shudra is considered a slave, then it is
Hold
casteist?
on. Hold on one sec. I'm typing it out. Okay. Is this what you're getting at?
Deems that it is morally permissible for Brahmins to enslave Shudras, then Manusmriti is casteist. I think I have, therefore, wait a second. Wow. So what, are you ditching the thing that I gave you?
No, I'm just doing a term substitution.
No, why?
I'm because this is like you said this is what it means, right?
Why? So but why are you not considering the argument that I laid above? What's wrong in it?
There's
It's
nothing.
the same
It's
argument.
the same argument. It's
No, no,
just
no.
term
That
substitution.
well, then why are you promoting? Why are you substituting the terms?
Because I asked for clarity, and this is more.
No, no, no. But what is unclear in the first one? What is unclear in the argument that there are the two arguments of the same version laid above? What is the fault in that?
I don't see the relevance of that. Like we've done the term
How do you
substitution,
not see
and
the relevance of that?
yeah.
Provide me that it is irrelevant.
So yeah, so this is the same argument, right? And you sign off on this argument.
Hmm?
So look, this is just the term substituted argument of the previous argument. So now, are you affirming that this argument is sound?
So are you debating on logic or Hinduism?
I'm not sure how that answers my question.
I'm not sure how you are answering my question, that whether you are debating or not. Why are you dodging the question? Please answer
Because
my
you
question.
dodged my question, so I just asked you
What was the question?
if this argument is sound.
I think I do not understand your argument that you're putting it. I think it is better that if I point this one, my argument my argument that I've given.
But this is just the same argument with the term
No, no, no. I
substituted.
don't buy it. Right? I don't consider it what word substitution you have done, how you have put it.
I
I think
I
the best way to
substitute
put it is this.
I substituted it using the term using the semantic
No, no, no.
analysis that I
I think, no, no,
got
no.
on the
I think the
previous
first one is
argument.
more better. I think, no, no. I think this is the first one is more better, and I think we should move forward with this one. If Manusmriti teaches Shudra is a slave of Brahmin, then Manusmriti is casteist.
Yeah, but
Manusmriti teaches Shudra is a slave of.
yeah, so I don't
Hmm.
understand what this means. So I asked you what this
What
means,
does
and
what
you
means? What means? Okay,
yeah
what does what means? What does
yeah.
what
So
means?
it teaches that Shudra is a
Okay,
slave.
teaches means.
So
Teaches
does
means that.
does this mean So I asked you, does this mean that it says it is morally permissible? And you said
What do you
yes.
mean by morally permissible? What do you mean by morally permissible?
Well, that depends on your meta-ethical view, but I take
No,
it
no,
to
no,
be
no.
the
What do you
case.
mean by morally
So
permissible?
I take it
What
to.
do you mean? No, no,
I'm
no.
telling you.
What do you mean by
I'm telling
morally
you.
permissible?
I'm telling you. So on my semantics of moral language, moral permissibility just refers to whether I have a preference for it or a preference against it.
So you don't understand. So wait a second. What do you don't understand the meaning of the word teach?
I don't understand what you mean by teaching
Word
that
teach.
Shudra is a slave of Brahmins.
So you don't understand what this means. So you are saying you do not understand what teaching means.
That's
It
no.
means
I understand
that
what teaching means. I don't understand what it means
uh,
to teach someone that X is a slave of Y.
to teach someone is that to say that this is the correct thing to do.
Correct thing, as in it is morally permissible.
I don't know whether morally permissible is the correct term to use over here.
So okay, fine. So
Why
if
are
so
you why
under
are you not even debating on the scriptures, buddy? You are
yeah.
debating on logic.
So under the semantics that teaching X
Somebody
is
help
a
this guy.
wait one sec. So if I'm just using the semantics that um, Manusmriti
Okay,
teaching,
what does
dude,
teaches mean?
can you just
Teaches
not
means
interrupt
instruct.
for a second?
Okay, okay. Okay, we
Just
get
shut
into
the fuck up
instruct.
and just
That is the correct word. There
yeah.
is somebody in the comment section. He used a better word. Teaches would mean instructs over here.
What does instruct that X is a slave of Y mean?
Instruct means here he shall, he should do this. This is what it means basically here.
Yeah, so that's that like under my semantics, that's just into moral territory. Like it's permissible that
I
it's
don't know
good to.
what your I don't know what your semantics means, but this since I have laid out the argument, let me define the terms. That's over here, kind of.
So
Shall, should, he must.
but then if correct shall so okay fine. So if I just change morally permissible to include shall
With
should
instruct.
language, then
No, no,
you're okay with it, right?
you know why are you not using the word instruct? What's the problem with the word
Because
instruct? Now
I
you
don't
don't know what
understand.
is the meaning
Because I don't understand what instruct that X is
instruct.
a slave of Y means.
So you don't know what teaches means, you don't know what instruct means, but you know what morally permissible means.
No, that's not what I said. That's just straw manning me. I said it doesn't
What
make sense
what
to
the hell
me.
are you doing?
Look, you're saying that's what it means,
So
right? So
no, no, no.
wait a sec.
Here I'm saying use the word instruct.
One sec.
Tell or order some. Hey, somebody else can debate. This guy is literally dodging at this point. Instruct means tell or order somebody to do something, especially in a formal or official way. She instructed him to wait. She, for example, or in a way, shall, should words are used over there. Ah, damn, buddy. There is literally a guy who's saying that he does not know what the word teach and what the word instruct means. And but you know
That's not
what
what I
more.
said. That's not what I said.
But you are comfortable with morally
That's
permissible.
not. Don't straw man me. That's not what I said.
I'm not straw manning you, but you are dodging the debate, buddy. It's very evident
Okay.
that that you don't even know
Okay.
what.
I
Are
updated
you
it with the modified semantics.
beams?
So
What does beams means? What does beams means here?
yeah, it just holds it, or it just thinks that it is true, or it says that it is true.
Okay. It says that it should be done, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then. If Manusmriti deems that Brahmin should enslave Shudras, then Manusmriti is casteist. If Manusmriti deems that Manusmriti is casteist. Okay, are you done?
Okay. Is that argument sound?
Yep.
Okay. What's the argument for P2?
What's Manusmriti deems Brahma should, I think I gave you above when you were dodging the debate.
भाई कितना डॉज करेगा यार ये बंदा डिबेट को
It's so what's the argument for P2?
पूरी
भाई
भाई पूरी की पूरी लॉजिक
आई एम
वाली डिबेट
लाफिंग यार
भाई
तो
देखो
व्हाई
भाई
यू आर
देखो
कंसीडरिंग दिस डिबेट ऑन लॉजिक ब्रो
What's the
गेट वन
argument for
स्क्रिप्चर्स
P2?
Okay, I gave you. Check the screen. Okay,
Christopher, let's not take this debate to logic, okay? Let's take this to
okay.
So
scriptures.
okay, do you have an
There's no
argument
need
for
of logic
P2?
here. He's just trying to dodge the debate completely.
Do you have an argument for P2?
I guess he haven't read any
I
scripture.
gave you the argument. I gave you the argument. It is written in Manusmriti verses.
So what's the argument?
Hi.
Did you see? Did you saw the screenshot? I think I just tagged you.
So wait,
What's your name?
what's the argument for P2?
That Manusmriti contains the verses that say that a Brahmin should enslave a Shudra.
Can
A
you show
Brahmin
me?
can enslave a Shudra. Yep, that is what I was trying to show you, but you
Wait,
are very. What's
there's
your
a
name?
difference. There's a difference between can and there's a
Okay,
difference
okay.
between should.
Shall should,
But
shall
fine.
should. Okay, okay, okay. Shall
Yeah.
should. Okay, shall should, buddy. Calm down, calm down. What's your name? What's your name? Where do I tag you? What's your name?
You can just tag me as a puta.
He's trying his best to dodge. Uh, Wait a second. The Puta or what Puta? What's your name?
Dude, you can just use my nickname. That's fine.
Okay, okay, okay. Medu. Acha, Medu Vada Respecter. Just check the screenshot where it says so.
Where does it say it?
You don't even know how to read? Is that what I need to teach now?
No, I'm asking you which line.
8.414, 8.413, read the entire thing. Then only you will understand in what context it has been written, right? You need to understand the concept context of the verses as well. Literally just read logic and think that you can defend Hinduism, buddy.
Sorry, I don't see where it says that Brahmins should enslave the Shudras.
What? You didn't say?
Yeah, I don't see where it says that.
Okay, okay, okay. This is it. Read the verse 8.417. I'm tagging you here. Just check this out. So that copy. Just check this one out. A Brahmana may confidently seize the goods of his Shudra, of his slave, for as that slave can have no property, his master may take his possession. So basically, it says that Shudra is the slave of Brahman. It basically says.
So that's a
And
descriptive
then
statement. That's not a normative statement. That just
What?
says that X is a slave.
Should. No, no. He should. Should.
Yeah, should seize the goods of a slave. That doesn't
Of
mean
of
that.
his of his of his of
Yeah,
his
of his slave.
of
That's
his.
fine.
It's written in
Sure,
the
sure.
bracket. It means Shudra is his slave. Which means
Yeah,
Shudra is his slave.
yeah, fine. But that's it. Doesn't
Uh,
say that a Brahmin should enslave a slave. Enslave a Shudra.
Wait a second. Enslave a Shudra, but Shudra is already defined as the slave of Brahmin, right over here.
Where?
Uh-huh. Where? Did
Oh,
you not see in the bracket? It is
you're
written
referring to the bracket. Okay, okay. Yeah, but
Uh-huh.
it doesn't say that he
Yeah,
should
but
do it.
what?
Yeah, it doesn't say he should enslave. It's talking about some state of affairs where it has already been done. It doesn't say that they should.
So were
Uh,
Brahmins idiots collectively that they didn't knew this?
I don't see the relevance of that. Just show me the argument for
No,
P2.
you must answer this.
Wait a
Were
second, wait a second.
Brahmins collectively idiots to that they were not
I don't see
forced to
how that's
enslave
relevant
them?
to the
Wait a
the
second, he's
premise.
dodging and dodging. Wait a second. How does that verse does not say that it is he's the slave?
I mean, I don't see how to interpret it that way. So you can make a case that
No,
it
it does
should be
interpret because
interpreted
it
that
says
way.
his. Wait a second. Wait a second. It says he is his Shudra,
Yeah,
and Shudra it says bracket. It means that
right.
Shudra is already defined as the slave of Brahmins because it says his. So Shudra is a slave of Brahmins.
Yeah, I know that.
And Shudra is a category that we have. Shudra is a category that we have already proved.
If I write your name and if I write your name and then I put a bracket in which I write Chutia, that means I'm already classifying you as a Chutia.
That's fine.
You understand that?
Yeah, but it doesn't say that you should classify as me
No,
as one.
yes,
Right?
it says he should. It says that a
So
Brahman should take away. Wait a second, let me read it. It says what the verse I think exactly quotes here. is that where is the verse? There, jump to the original message. Here it is. A Brahman may confidently seize the goods of his Shudra, for as the slave can have no property, his master may take his position. So, first of all, it is clearly clarified that Shudra is the slave, and whose slave is his? Whom does the slave belong to? He belongs to the Brahmana. And
Fine.
Shudra, as I already
How
called you,
does
is a
that
category.
how does that substantiate P2?
What it does substantiate that it Manusmriti says that they are the slaves of Shudras. Shudras are slaves of Brahmin.
So that's a descriptive statement. It describes
What?
that X is the slave of Y.
It does not say they should.
Yeah, I don't see it saying that Y should enslave X. It just says that X is the slave of Y.
Okay, so you want a verse where it says Brahmin should enslave a Shudra.
That should be obvious by now,
Or
but yeah.
if I say a verse, wait a second, if I give you a verse where it says that a Brahmin is a slave of Shudra, then also it won't be a normative claim.
Right.
You want so property of Brahmin does not means that it is its slave, a Shudra. What is Shudra over here? Okay, how is Shudra defined? Because it is written Shudra. How is Shudra defined?
Yeah, that depends on the, like, I don't know.
No,
I
no,
don't know
no.
how
It depends
that's
upon
defined.
how Manusmriti defines Shudra. Wait a second. How Manusmriti defines Shudra? Manusmriti, I've sent you the verse 1.31. It
One
defines
sec.
Shudra as
So
one of the four categories.
are
Wait
you
a second.
wait.
Manusmriti, what does
So are you trying to substantiate P2?
mm-hmm.
So what's the
I'm
argument for
saying,
P2?
okay, that's what I'm argument giving. Manusmriti says that Shudra is a category among the four. Okay? And here
Okay.
Manusmriti by default says that Shudra is a slave, which means Shudra is by default entitled as a slave. And whose slave he is? He is Brahmin slave.
I don't see how that gets you to saying that it should be the
Because
Shudra
it makes the
should
slave
be enslaved.
what? Okay. What does a slave? Okay, so if I show you the verse where it says that a Shudra should only serve Brahmins,
No,
then
that
does
wouldn't
that mean
also.
that he is slave?
I mean,
That does not mean
that doesn't establish that Brahmins should enslave Shudras. Sorry.
should enslave. What do you
Yeah.
mean by should enslave over here? What do you mean
So
by
at
should
this
enslave?
point, you are admitting, right, that your shastras promote slavery.
What do you mean, my shastras?
Your shastras.
What's that?
I
Your
didn't let him
shastras.
dodge it. I didn't let him dodge it. I'm just loving the
I
meltdown.
don't
So
even.
you are
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
what do you mean by should enslave?
Should enslave in the sense that it is either morally permissible or it
No,
means that it
morally
is
permissible.
morally
Leave the word
obligatory.
jargon, buddy. Leave the word jargon. Just answer me that. What do you mean here
I'm telling you
by
what I
should
mean.
enslave? Does mean that Manusmriti provides the quotes that says that
I'm
Shudra
telling
is the
you.
slave of Brahmin.
I'm telling you what it means, to me at least.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No.
So should
That
enslave.
you are not the one giving argument.
Yeah. Should enslave to me means that it is morally permissible or it's morally obligatory to do it. That's what it means to me.
Okay. So did you read the verse 413 that I just sent you?
One sec. Which one?
Chapter 8, 413.
413. Can you tag that again?
Chapter 8, 413. There it is. But a Shudra, whether bought or unbought, he may compel to do servile work, for he was created by the Samvi to be the slave of Brahma.
That
Does that mean
also
that the
no,
Shudra by default was created for to be the slave of Brahma?
no. I don't see how that goes either.
Lol. What the fuck are you talking, bro?
Yeah, I don't see how that's entailed.
No, it does. It does prove because it says that a Shudra is by default created to be the slave of Brahmins. Does that mean that it promotes slavery?
It well, that's not the
Huh?
premise, right?
No, that's the premise because you are meaning different things should from the should enslave. I think from the word should enslave, it means that Manusmriti sanctions that a Shudra is by default a slave of Brahmin.
By sanctions, what do you mean?
By sanction, it means it says that his entire existence, he was created for this sole thing.
Uh, that is compatible with them just not believing that it's something that is good.
What? Them just not believing with something that is not so. I don't know what you are
Yeah,
trying to
so
say here.
so
Uh,
what I'm saying is they could just describe some state of affairs while not endorsing that state of affairs.
what? I do not know what you are saying at this point, and you are not making sense.
Yeah, so I can just describe a situation, right? I can just say that
No, 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 no. I don't need your description. I'm saying that
I'm
what
trying
I
to
mean
explain.
by
Yeah,
should
I'm
enslave.
trying to explain
No,
what
no, no,
I.
no, no. Wait a second. Don't just do it. I'm just saying that should enslave here means, or you can even reform the premise or whatever you want to do. But should enslave here means basically Manusmriti basically lays out the rules that his entire existence that he was created for the soul being to be the slave of Brahman. And here it is said so 413. So it proves that it
But
is caste.
okay, so you're saying that this should mean something, and that like you're giving that meaning to should from where? Like,
So you don't know what should enslave mean over here. So you are saying
no,
that if a
I
book
have
says
an
that a
interpretation of
Shudra, wait
mine.
a second. No, 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 no. I don't care about your interpretation, right? Look at here. You are saying that when I use the word should enslave, and if I show you the verse that says that the entire existence of Shudra is to be a slave of Brahmin, then it is not slavery.
Also, another thing is that you
It's
cannot give any interpretations because you, as you
Huh?
have stated before, you don't know anything about Hinduism.
Hinduism. So how
You
the
just
heck do
said
you
that.
get to even
wait,
interpret?
Yeah.
wait
So
one
how
We
are
second.
you
are the
able to
and
show
we
us
are
your
the wait a
interpretation?
second. Wait a second. We are the one
I'm
giving the
not
argument. So you
interpreting
get
it
to
in
interpret.
accordance with some rules or something like I'm interpreting
No,
it
no, no.
Yeah,
according
but
to
Wha-
my
you,
own
Wait
semantics.
a second. We are.
wait. If
Arey,
you have interpreted something, that means you have learned about that stuff. And in the
No,
debate,
so interpret. I'm just interpreting in the sense I'm just talking about what
but
kind of
you
Wait,
said
one
before
sec.
that you don't know
No,
anything
no,
about
no.
Hinduism. Now, if you don't know anything about Hinduism, then
Shut
how did you
up.
interpret stuff?
Shut up. When I say I'm
Tell
interpreting
this
something,
first, you fucking bitch.
if I am
I'm
giving the
just
argument,
saying.
who the hell are you to define the terms? Wait a second. If I am
Yeah,
giving the argument, I am the
I'm
one who will
just.
say that what it means.
Yeah. So I'm asking
and
you.
if
I'm
you're
just saying
interpreting
that this
stuff,
is
that
how
means
I'm
you already
interpreting
learned
this.
about that stuff.
What?
Arey,
That
leave him,
means you
leave him.
lied.
Logic.
That means you lied.
I have no
Arey,
That
idea.
means
let
you
him
lied.
cope. Arey, let him cope. He got. There is nothing he could defend at this point. He's just playing logic games over
Yeah.
here. Just play,
So
buddy. Go on.
when I use the term interpretation,
Yeah, go on.
all I
Hmm.
mean is what kind of concepts are invoked when I hear those terms. So when you say
Okay.
should, when you say may, when you say it's correct, the concepts
Hmm.
that are invoked in my head are that it is morally permissible or morally
No, no,
impermissible,
no.
depending on.
Again. Look. There is a difference. There is a mistake that you're making. I do not care what it rises in your head. That is not what I'm making the case. I'm saying if I'm giving the argument, play the argument by my definitions of that, since I
Yeah.
am the one giving the argument.
So
And I'm
I'm
wait a
just
second,
asking you, right?
wait a second. Then ask me. Don't provide your own interpretation.
Yeah,
If I'm asking what does
then
should include mean,
yeah. So you're saying should here means this to who?
should here means
It
what?
means that to
No, no,
you,
no.
like,
I am
or
saying
is
when
that the
it
author's intent?
it
Like, what do you mean?
no, 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 no. Wait a second. When I say that what Manusmriti should enslave means, it means that Manusmriti lays out rules that say that Shudra was created for the sole purpose to be slave of Brahmin.
Okay, how does
This
that
is what I
entail?
mean.
How does that entail that slavery is permissible?
Because it says that he was considered for. Wait a second. How does it entail? So you are saying that a Shudra was the entire existence of Shudra is to be slave of Brahmin. That does not entail slavery.
Precisely.
What? So you are saying that a verse that says that a particular human being was created,
Let's say your dad is born to be my slave.
does that entail slavery?
Does that
Yeah,
entail its
I don't think so.
permiss?
That does. I don't think so. That does, Christopher. Because as per his logic, I don't think so. It
So
does.
if I say, oh, wait a second, if I say that
Yeah, it
there is
doesn't.
somebody's mom, wait a second, if I say that you are born to be my slave, that does not promote slavery.
It doesn't mean that like so. It depends on what
Have
you
you
Bro,
mean
lost
by
your mind?
promoting
Have you
slavery.
lost your
this
goddamn
debate
mind,
is
bro?
over.
Just learn some basics, you goddamn idiot.
He's playing word salad. Wait a second. So when the one
Yeah,
thing that we have
he's
confirmed was
actually doing nothing.
Yeah, so
he's
it doesn't
Putting
promote
strain on
slavery.
existence of
Yeah,
humanity.
it doesn't promote slavery in the sense that it doesn't say that it is
what?
permissible.
What?
It says
What
what do
permissible?
you mean by permissible? Wait a second. I am the one who
Where
will
does it
define it.
where
Someone
does it
is
say?
born to be your slave, and you are saying that no, it's not. I don't think it's permissible.
That's right. Is there some?
No, how?
How?
I mean,
You are not
I
making
don't
any
see the
sense here.
entailment.
You are not at all making any sense.
I don't see the
If
No,
entailment.
you
no,
call
please,
some,
wait a
if you
second.
tell this to someone that you are born to be my slave, then he'll beat the crap out of you, bro.
Okay, so what's the
He'll
point?
beat
Wait a
the shit
second.
out of you.
So wait a second. So if a word there is saying, but a Shudra, with define here, let's say it's defining Shudra, but a Shudra, whether bought or unbought, matlab, even if it is not bought, so even if he's not purchased them or whatever, he may be compelled to do survive work, for he was why he says why for because you can sorry he explains why for he was created by the Sombhayu to be the slave of Brahma. And you think this does not promote slavery?
It doesn't say that it is permissible. That's right. It's describing some
It
state of
does say,
affairs.
it does say, wait a second. If something says that this was created for it, that does not mean that this is permissible by them. If somebody says that women are born, if somebody says that women are born to be married, that does not say that women being married is permissible. You are saying this?
I'm saying those two, the negation of the second one and the first one, don't seem incompatible to me.
So are you no? Just define the word. No, no. You are saying that if somebody says, if I say that this particular person is born to be slave of me, if
By
is
the way,
born to be my slave,
By the way, Abhishek, he has accepted that his religion has casteism in it.
Wait, my
oh, that's
religion.
already
He has
fine. That's
literally
already
accepted.
cool.
What's my
That's
religion?
He has
acceptable.
literally accepted it.
He's dodging it. He's dodging it at this
He's just
point. It
dodging
doesn't
bullets
matter.
now. Yeah, nothing else.
Yeah, I don't know because I'm just asking you for an entailment and I don't see how that's entailed.
Wait, no, that's what I'm asking you now. How do you know that? How do you're saying that if I say it's not permissible? Explain me how. Because it is directly saying that he is born to be my slave. It promotes slavery at all. I think you have
And this
lost
is
your
even
mind
the
at this
worst,
point.
and this is the worst kind of slavery. In fact, like you are telling
Yeah,
someone
so
that you were born to be my slave.
yeah, if you say that you're
Wait a
born to be
second. If
my
I
slave, that
say,
doesn't
wait a
mean
second.
it's
Wait a
permissible for
second.
me to
If I
enslave you.
say, wait a second. Wait a second. If I say that somebody's mom, let's just say, okay, I'm not taking opinion. If I say that women are born to be prostitutes, does that mean that I'm not that this not entails prostitution?
It depends. If the person actually believes it, then yes. But in the
If
absence
the
of that
person no,
belief,
wait a
yeah.
second. The Shastras actually believe it. The Shastras themselves are saying that
Hmm.
they believe it, which means
Your
Shastras
religion
believe it,
believes
huh?
it. So your
Then only they are
Believe
religion
saying
believes.
that
That means you are actually
no,
proving it
but
that that your religion is a
you just
casteist
proved it.
religion.
You
that's
just proved
precisely
it.
what's in
You said,
contention.
wait a second. You said that this promotes prostitution if the person who makes this claim believes this claim, right? Now, the thing here is this claim is made by Manusmriti. Therefore, Manusmriti believes it.
No, wait. How does that
Yeah.
follow?
Yes. What? What?
I
So you are
mean,
saying if Manusmriti says,
let me just make it clear. I'm contesting P2 of that
wait a second,
argument.
yes,
Can
that's
you
what
just
we are
give
contesting
me?
as well. I
Wait,
gave you.
you're contesting an
I
argument
gave you that
of your
Manusmriti
own.
says. Huh? So
Can
I'm
you?
the one giving argument, so I'm the one
So
defining the
just
term.
refute it, man. Just
Yeah,
refute it.
Explain it, buddy.
yeah. So you gave the argument,
Refute it.
right?
Stop crying, buddy. Refute it. Yeah, refute it.
Yeah. So I'm rejecting P2. So what's the argument for P2?
No, how? How do you reject P2?
Why? Why?
I'm
Give
not
me reasons.
persuaded
Why?
it is true.
No, no, no. How do you say that it is not
Why? Why
persuaded?
don't? Why aren't you? Why aren't you persuaded that
I
it is
don't know.
true?
I mean, I can give you a causal
I don't
explanation.
know. I'm just
No, no,
biased.
no.
You know,
Then,
I'm just biased.
well,
I'm just biased
in
towards my
order to
religion.
say that you reject, in order to say that you reject the premise too,
Yeah.
you have to basically
Or
say,
I'm just a very
No.
big idiot who
So
doesn't consider facts, logic, anything
wait a
when
like
second.
that. I just
For you to
biased towards
consider,
my
when
religion,
no,
I
right?
no.
when
For
I
you to consider
say
that it is true,
when I say I am rejecting P2, I'm not saying uh, P2 is false. I'm just saying that P2 is like I'm not convinced P2 is
You have
false.
to give
Sorry, I'm
reasons
not.
for that.
no.
We don't
I'm
care. We
You
don't
have to
agnostic
care
give
about
reasons
what you
to
think. We
reject.
don't care
No, no,
what
no.
you think.
You have
We
to
don't
give
care what
reasons
you
for it
think.
to be false.
I mean, you're saying P2 is true, right? What's
Give
the
reasons
argument
for
for
that.
P2?
Give reasons for that. Give
Yep.
reasons for that. We don't care what you think. Give reasons.
For what?
Give reasons that a person who
Why
says,
aren't you
wait a
persuaded
second,
by it?
wait
Oh,
a second. If a
I
book
don't know
says,
why I'm not persuaded. I mean, I can give you a
wait
causal
a
I don't
second,
know.
explanation.
I'm just
are you,
biased. You know, I'm just
Yeah,
biased. That I can understand that.
that's
I
not
am
how
not
this argument
Yeah,
persuaded.
you're
goes.
just biased about your religion.
You have
About
to
your
provide
casteist,
reason. You cannot just say,
clownish
Yeah,
wait
religion.
a second, a
I am
simple
not
argument runs like this.
look, I'm not persuaded by P2. What's the argument for P2?
The argument for P2 is that Manusmriti says that a Shudra is born to be slave of Brahmin.
That's a proposition. That's not an argument.
No,
Do you know the
that
That's an
was
argument.
Do you know the
okay.
difference
Okay, so
between
you
an
want an
argument and a
argument? Wait a second.
proposition? Yeah.
Oh,
Wait a
what is the
second.
argument? Yeah.
Okay, okay. Wait a second. What? So you do not believe in argument? That's a proposition. And the argument is, Manusmriti says, Manusmriti says that it believes in the Swayambhu and the ultimate creator. And the second thing is, Manusmriti believes whatever the ultimate creator says is the truth. And the thing is, Manusmriti then also the Manusmriti also says that Shudras were created by the supreme creators of Swayambhu for the soul work to be the slave of Brahmins. Therefore, Manusmriti Manusmriti basically says that Shudras are slave of Brahmins. It enforces this
So,
thing.
sorry, what's
It
P1?
believes in this thing. Hmm?
What's P1?
What's P1?
Yeah, for the argument for P2, what's P1?
Okay, so for the argument of P2, so now so the argument from P2 is if Manusmriti
Wait, so
says
just to be clear, so that you don't waste more of my time, the conclusion of
no, no,
this
no, you are
argument.
wasting my time,
Wait,
buddy.
the
Buddy,
conclusion.
right
Wait,
You are
argument, right
wasting your
argument.
wait,
If
time, bro.
wait,
Manusmriti says,
wait,
wait a second, if
wait,
Manusmriti
wait.
stop trying
The
this bitch,
conclusion of this argument is P2 of the argument that you
valid.
gave earlier, right?
And that is true. You have not still refuted it.
I mean I'm I'm not convinced of P2, and I'm just asking you for
I'm
an
just so
argument for it.
biased, man.
He's
I'm just
scoping
a
at this
fucking
point because you still
clown.
not refuted it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
so
just.
biased. I
Wait a
don't
second.
consider logic at all. I just don't know why I'm
Dominic,
not
can we?
persuaded by it.
Dominic, can
Okay,
we just
okay.
get a mute
Write
on
the
this
premise.
guy?
Write the premise for P2.
Yeah,
Write the argument for
Thanks.
P2.
Yeah.
it's not productive to interrupt
Oh,
the other
buddy,
guy.
buddy. No,
Just
no.
let Christopher
Buddy,
do the
moderator,
debate.
moderator, buddy. Write the argument for P2, right? If Manusmriti says that the Shudras were created solely to be the slave of Brahmins, therefore, then Manusmriti instructs or Manusmriti says that a Brahmin should enslave a Shudra. There, the second argument says Manusmriti does say that Shudra was created to be the slave of Brahmin. Therefore, Manusmriti teaches a Brahmin to enslave a Shudra. This is the argument for P2.
Sorry, what's the first premise?
Mm, what? If Manusmriti says that Shudra is created for the sole basis to be slave of Brahmin, be the slave of Brahmin, if Manusmriti deems that Brahmin should not
Okay,
the
yeah,
forbidden.
someone wrote it. Deems. Wait. Oh, no. This is a different argument. Okay, one second.
That we are talking about Manusmriti, right? Second premise. So for the second premise, take the argument if Manusmriti says that Shudras are created to be the slave of Brahmins, then Manusmriti
Wait, one sec,
says
one
that
sec, one sec, one sec. Let me. Okay. The first premise is if Manusmriti.
Manusmriti says, keep writing, buddy, keep writing.
Shudras were
Dude is
created.
writing new syllogism just for the clown to say, I don't know what team means.
Um,
He will just at
created to
this point
serve
I'm thinking he will
Brahmins.
ask the word what does what means and what does this means. Okay, buddy, if you have you written. So if Manusmriti says that it's like Jordan Peterson shit debate, buddy.
Is this the argument?
What? Why do you mix stuff on your were created to serve Brahmins? Then Manusmriti deems that Brahmins should enslave Shudra. Manusmriti says that Shudras were created to serve Brahmins. Manusmriti deems that Brahmins should enslave Shudras. Yep.
That's the argument.
Mm-hmm.
What's the argument for P1?
What's the argument for P1? Manusmriti says that Shudras were created to serve Brahmins. If Manusmriti, yep, because I define the terms, because enslaved Shudras here means that Manusmriti says that, because Manusmriti believes what it says.
Sorry, what's the argument for P1?
You don't hear it? Are you deaf or what?
So when I say give me an argument for P1, I want you to say this is the first premise and this is the conclusion.
No. So first of all, I give you premise, then I give you an argument for second one, and now you want the argument, so you do not believe in the first one. Tell me the reasons that you think that first one is not true.
1 second.
Because I think that Shudras were created to serve Brahmins, then Manusmriti. So
Okay,
then Manusmriti
what's
means
E
that.
2.1.1?
E 2.1.1, it basically means that if Manusmriti says so, then it means so.
A what?
If Manusmriti says that Shudras were created for the purpose to be slaves, then Manusmriti believes that they are, then Brahmin can enslave them. Enslave them.
That's just the same as the conclusion.
No, that's not same as the conclusion. Okay, different.
Do you know what the
That follows
conclusion
conclusion
is here?
because it says so. I am saying if Manusmriti, do you know what the argument P1 says? State the P1, argument P1, and say how it is not correct.
Wait, so this is what I want you to
So you
argue
are
for.
testing you are testing that. Wait a second. You are testing whether the argument premise one is true or not. Then show me that what are the
I
reasons that you do not believe it is
Here
true.
I posted this. This is what I expect you to argue for. This is what I
No, I
want you to
don't
argue.
give him a single fuck. Manusmriti says Shudras were created to serve Brahmins. Then Manusmriti deems that Brahmins should enslave Shudra. Yes, because if somebody says that somebody is created to be slave, then it deems
So
this
what's
is
the
this argument in itself is valid.
what's the argument for this?
It in itself is valid. It does not need any argument for this one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna reject that then.
Then I don't give a fuck about you rejecting it because you have
Okay,
made no
cool.
refutation. You need to refute it.
I mean,
So basically, you lost the
I'm
debate because you do not have a refutation. Still,
wait. You didn't show that the argument is sound because I'm not convinced this is
I
true.
did show the argument is sound. I did show. You need to show me how argument is not sound.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm not convinced that this is true.
No. Just this is not. This is not saying that I'm just not convinced. This is not the way to show that argument is not sound. You have to show me that
Yeah,
how the argument is not.
if I remember from like 2 hours ago, you were saying that if I see no reason to believe something, then it is false, like that the default position.
What?
And
No,
so
I
that
see no
your
evidence.
standards have changed
I
now.
see no evidence that. Wait a second. Don't
Yeah.
misinterpret my position, buddy.
Yeah.
I can
Anyway, I
understand that
mean,
you.
I
I
don't
can understand
see.
that you.
Yeah, I don't see
No.
how this is
What?
true. So just give me an argument, or you
You
can
don't
just.
see evidence of it. Wait a second. You are saying that you do not found the evidence of the first premise, right?
I
So
don't
again, can you give
see
me the evidence?
an argument for this.
So I can wait a second. You said that you do not found reasons. So I'm giving you the reason because if somebody says that he is born to be slave of mine, that means he is promoting slavery. That means he is
That's
saying
just
that I can make him a slave.
that's just restating the
No,
claim.
no, restating the claim. That claim is itself is truth and its own. It does not need any prior
Wait,
justification because it is
are you saying it's a
self-valid.
tautology or something?
Nobody, just stating word salad does not make your argument better.
Do you
Please
know
try
what
to
a
refute it.
tautology is?
Okay, refute it, buddy, refute the
Refute it,
argument.
refute it. We don't want to
I
hear your
mean,
bullshit
Refute the
terminologies.
argument. Please refute the argument.
Refute it.
why do I have that burden? Because
Refute it.
I'm not saying that it's
Refute it.
false. I'm just not
No,
convinced it is
refute.
true.
That means
Buddy,
you lost the debate.
buddy, please.
If you don't want that burden, then you lost the debate.
So
Basically, yes.
you don't have an
You
argument
lost the
for this
debate. Piss
premise,
off
right?
now.
Please. I said
You
I
don't
have
have
an
any
argument that
argument
is
for that.
self-valid.
Do
It
you
is
have an
valid in
argument for
itself.
this?
Yep, it is self-valid. That's the argument, basically.
What do you mean by
Yeah.
self-valid?
Because if somebody says so, then it is the case. It does not need any argument for it. It is truth.
So yeah, you don't have an
How do you know
argument for
it's
this,
not the
right?
truth? Wait a second. How do you know it's not the truth? Make the case. So you are saying, basically, you are saying that you are not convinced by this. Is that
I
somebody says that
do you
he is born to be
do
my
you
slave? Wait a
have
second. You are saying,
do you
wait a second. If
have
I
an
say,
argument for this?
yep, that it is truth, it does not need any further
So
argument.
what's the premise? What's the first premise of the argument?
I said it does not need any further argument. It's truth. It does not need any further three sets of argument to know its truth.
So do you have an argument or no?
I have that it is truth. I do not. Why do I need an argument for that?
Do you
Obviously, it
have
is deductively true.
do you have an
It
argument
is
for this?
deductive. It is deductively true. It is deductively true.
Yeah, so I'm just asking you for the deductive syllogism.
Yep, I do. Yep, I say it has from the personal experiences and evidences that we have.
So what's the argument for this? Do you have an argument for it? What's the first premise?
You do have an argument for it. Just keep eating the same thing does not make your argument better. I'm saying that can you refute it? Can you refute it? It is the truth.
I'm not.
It is like a.
I'm not even talking to this guy. Yeah.
No, no.
Do you
Buddy,
have an argument for this?
no. Do you have a way to refute it?
Do you have
can
a
you refute it?
refutation?
Sorry. Do
Do
you
you
have
have
an
a
argument for
refutation?
it?
Do you have a refutation?
Do you have an argument for it?
अरे नहीं हार गया मैं तो मजे ले रहा हूँ. Do you have a refutation? अरे लीव इट, अरे मैं मजे ले रहा हूँ, मजे तो ले रहा हूँ।
By refutation, do
अरे
you
मजे
mean
तो ले रहे।
by refutation? Do you mean I have an argument that it is false? If that's what you mean, then I don't have it.
Yes, so you do not have an argument that it is false, right?
Yes.
Basically, so it ends over here. So basically, what it
But
says is that he says that he does not have.
but you don't have an argument that it is true either.
He said it, he does not. Just leave it. At this point,
So
why?
do you
Why
have
ये
an argument
मनुस्मृति
it
अच्छा
is
एक
true?
बात बता, have you read? भाई मैंने पहली डिबेट देखी है जिसमें
Do
हिंदुइज्म के ऊपर डिबेट के अलावा आधा टाइम ये लगने में लगा कि भाई आर्गुमेंट जो है वैलिड, मतलब
do
ये समझ
do
कि आधा टाइम कैसे भाई वर्ड सैलेड खेलता है
do
खाली।
you have an argument it is true? Yes or no?
Do you have a refutation?
No,
Do
I
you have
already
a
told you I
refutation?
don't have an argument it is false.
Do you have a refutation?
By refutation, do you mean an argument that it is false? What do you mean by refutation?
Hmm.
Yeah, so I don't have an argument that it is false, but you don't have an argument that it is true either.
I have it from personal experience, right? I have it from personal experience that if somebody says though that it means it does not need any further argument and you do
Okay,
not have any refutation.
so you have no argument for this, right? Because you like,
No, not
so
argument, but I have deductive reasoning. I have reasons,
you
personal
have
experience and
okay,
evidence.
okay. Then I just don't have those reasons. So that I guess that's
So basically you don't
that's
wait.
just gonna be
So
the end of
basically,
it.
wait a second. So there is a whole debate. Are Dhamkirti is some data. He says that we have the reasons to say that, and we have the reasons and evidence, and we can demonstrate that if somebody says though that he means it, and he does not have reasons, and he cannot prove it false. Therefore, the position falls on our side that it's true.
What?
Basically, because you do not have any counter argument for my this. Either you refute.
I don't have to have a counter argument because I'm agnostic about the
No, then
proposition.
basically because then but I so for example, wait a second. For in order to him to say that our reasoning is wrong, he has to refute it because we have given an argument in our favor that we borrow it from personal experience and we borrow it from the evidences in history. That if
Yeah, I
somebody
mean-
says so, then he
Yeah, I mean I can just say that I have the opposite intuition.
refutation to the bhai. Just one refutation.
So I mean,
Okay, leave evidence. Okay, leave argument.
I
Leave
don't even
argument.
need to do that. It's your burden. So
No, I already yes. So, I removed the burden by giving.
Let
I
me
gave the
save
reason.
so let me save my time, right? So you don't have an argument for
Argument, buddy. Give the argument.
this. I don't have one.
अरे सिंपल है दैट, अरे यार बहुत सिंपल है, सुनो सुनो बहुत सिंपल है कि देखो हमारे फेवर में आर्गुमेंट क्या है कि यार वी हैव फ्रॉम पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस एंड एविडेंस इन हिस्ट्री दैट समबडी इफ सेज सो देन ही मींस दिस। ठीक है, ये हमारे पास है डिडक्टिव रीजनिंग हम लेके आए। ये बंदा कह रहा है दैट आई एम नॉट रिफ्यूटिंग इट, बेसिकली ही सेइंग ये फॉल्स, तो मैं नहीं मान रहा हूं।
Yeah, I
But he's
mean
saying
I
that
also
I'm not-
don't think that is evidence.
अरे हाँ हाँ,
I-
अरे एक्सप्लेन करने दो, अरे एक्सप्लेन करने दो। सो व्हाट ही इज सेइंग इज दैट बट ही इज नॉट आल्सो कंसीडरिंग हिज ट्रूथ। बट हमने ट्रूथ के फेवर में आर्गुमेंट दे दिया। अब अगर तुम्हें उसे हटाना है तो तुम पहले उसको डिबंक करो कि हमारा पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस गलत है या फिर हम जो एविडेंस हिस्टोरिकल एविडेंस बोल रहे हो वो गलत है, तब मान लेंगे। तुम रेफ्यूटेशन तो दो।
Yeah, I don't even
हाँ?
know why I'm wasting my time. Anyway, you don't have an
Oh,
argument
buddy,
for this.
don't worry. You lost the debate.
You don't have an argument for this, right?
I gave an argument. It is based on deductive reasoning that I found evidence and through personal experience that a person who says this
when
means
you
this.
when you say deductive reasoning, you mean an argument, right?
Uh-huh.
So what's the first premise of the argument?
Inductively, basically, okay, sorry, not deductively. Inductively would be a better word because I'm getting it through personal experience and evidence in history.
Okay, you're
So that
getting
would be a
it
better
via
word, yeah.
okay, you're getting it via some induction. So what's the form of that? Because inductive arguments can also take deductive forms.
Okay, then I don't care about that. I'm not interested in discussing logic over here. And what I'm saying is,
Yeah,
I see through personal
you're
experience.
just then I just think you're wasting my time.
Then you're just wasting time, buddy.
yeah.
Go. We lost the debate. You have to provide refutation.
So you basically
We
you
have
don't
no
have
reason.
you don't have an argument for this, right? You don't have an
I
argument.
have a reason. I have reason.
You don't
I
have
have
an
reason.
argument.
You have to refute the reason.
Okay,
I have
so
reason.
You you
Arey,
don't
you-
have an argument that if Manusmriti says the Shuras
Arey,
were
let
created.
let moderator say his ass. Let
Yeah.
moderator say his ass.
So you don't have an argument.
What are
for
you
this,
asking
right?
from
I
me?
have reason. I have reason which you have not refuted till now. You have to refute the reason in order to say that my argument is wrong.
I don't know what that means.
So you don't know what reason means.
So Dominic, I'll just get you on board. He has provided certain arguments. I've Rolodex on those the premises of those arguments, and I've reached a point where he's saying I no longer have any further arguments for this,
No, I
and
say
I'm
I have,
still
I know, and you
wait.
said you no longer,
Yeah, I'm just
and
gonna
you
server
said,
mute this guy. One sec. So Dominic, yeah. So there has been an argument. He gave some argument. It had certain premises. I don't find those premises convincing. Those premises were given further arguments which further had certain objectionable premises, and those premises themselves were not convincing to me. So I asked for further arguments, and it reached a point where he can no longer provide an argument for it, and so I'm just deeming that the argument is unsound. Do you disagree with that assessment?
Just a question to Dam Kirti. Why do you expect a Puta to refute something if he is taking the agnostic stance?
let's talk moderator. Okay, mod bhai. So the thing is, the puta or whatever saputa you are guys are calling, I gave reasons for the last argument that, for example, if I'm asking you, if I say that this person is born, if let's say what is his name, saputa or whatever puta, he's born to be my slave, does that mean that I am also promoting slavery, or also saying that I can consider him as my slave? If I say this, do you believe in this argument? Do you think that this argument is true?
That doesn't answer my question.
No. That does not answer my question as well. Please answer my question, buddy.
I'm just moderating here.
No. I'm just
I'm not
answering.
answering your
That's what I'm
questions.
asking.
I'm not.
Buddy, that's what I'm asking. Please answer my question, buddy.
You can answer that.
Dude, brother, just answer my question.
Buddy,
If
please answer
Puta
that.
is taking the agnostic stance,
Mm-hmm.
why do you expect
We
him
have to.
to prove any premise false?
No. But if we have given a reason in the favor of the argument, he has to refute that reason. Just saying that I'm not convinced by it does not does not show any sort of argument. You have to refute the reason that I've given in my favor. And
If you
as
have
far as you,
if you have a reason, can you not just formulate some additional argument for
no. I'm just saying
that
that
premise
that's what I'm saying.
using that
I'm
reason?
saying the reason. Wait a second. It's very easy. Wait a second. It's very easy. I've just given the reason in my favor. Either he refutes that reason using whatsoever, or he has to consider it. He cannot take that agnostic position in it. And now I'm asking you, answer my claim, my question. If a person says, if I say that you are born to be my slave,
That
does
still
that
doesn't
mean?
answer my question.
No,
Why
that
can't you? Why
you
can't
are not
give?
answering my
Why can't you
question,
give? Why can't you give?
buddy.
I'm
Why
not
are you
answering
not answering
any
my
questions
question?
here. Just
Are
to,
mod brother, why
can
are
you?
you not answering my question? Why are you not answering my question? Just answer
Because
the question.
I'm moderating.
So okay. So you also think, wait a
Can
second.
you
So
not
you
just
also
give an
think,
argument
okay.
including
So I
the
have given him
reasons?
the reason. I have given him the reason. So I'm saying you,
Yes,
do
you've
you
given the
have?
reasons, but you have not given an additional
I have
argument that
given him the reason.
includes
I have given
any
him
of
the
the
reason.
reasons as
He
a
has to
premise.
refute the reason.
Why
I have given him the reason. He has to refute the reason. If he does not, then his agnostic position means
do
nothing.
the reasons establish premises of an additional argument? Yes or no?
Yep, they establish it through inductively. Basically, what I see through personal experience and historical evidence.
Okay, then just give the argument that the reasons are
Wait
premises
a
and
second, buddy. That's what I'm saying. Through personal experience, I get. If through personal experience, I get to know. If through personal experience, I mean that if I say that you are born to be my slave, it means that I'm basically trying to say that I can enslave you. And if I know through personal reasons that this is true, and I found in history the evidences of this, then I can inductively borrow from it. Then this is the case that this argument holds true. That if somebody says so, then they mean this thing. These two logic follow. This is what I'm saying. And since he has not refuted it, now I'm asking you, just
wait,
answer my simple question.
dude,
If
I'm
I
not
am saying
I'm
that
not
you are
debating
born to be my,
I'm not debating the proposition.
no, you
Afusa,
have to.
have you
Moderating.
received the
You
additional
are
argument?
moderating. You
No,
have to.
I
You
haven't.
have to. You have to say. You have to say.
Then
You need to
wait,
say. You
Christopher,
have
Christopher, can you please just repeat the argument?
what?
the
I gave the
argument that
reason.
includes.
I gave the reason through personal experience
Yes,
and through historical evidence.
I'm not asking for reasons. I'm asking for the argument that includes the reasons.
Okay, so the argument that includes the reason is that if through historical evidence and through personal experience, I find that that the person who says that he's born that a particular person is born to be his slave, then that person basically means that he can enslave him or he should enslave him. Then this is what he basically means. And since I through person, then therefore I can inductively conclude from that. This is the argument. Now the thing is, he needs to refute it through personal experience. Now he cannot question that provide argument from for what that you have seen it in personal experience. Now the
Yeah,
thing
I
is,
mean, I'm just gonna say
answer
that I
my
don't have those
I think
experiences, so I don't find the
then
argument to be
majority of the
solid.
people do have. Majority of the people do have, so I can inductively borrow from it.
Okay,
So
so
oh, wait a second. So you do not have the
what's the
wait a second.
evidence?
You do not
What's the evidence for that?
okay. So okay. So can I provide the evidence for that? Then it is completely believable.
What's the evidence that the vast majority of people have those experiences?
No. Can I show you the evidence right now that even you believe so?
Believe what?
Oh, that's it.
Wait, I don't know. Like, are you trying to give an argument for people
Arey,
or no?
leave him, Madana. Okay. That's a simple demonstration. Let me demonstrate my personal experience. Okay, if I say that moderator's mom is born to be my prostitutes, let's just say, does that mean that I am promoting prostitution, or does that also mean that I'm saying that I can take her as my prostitute? Does that mean,
I would have to
or I should
mind
wait?
read you.
No. I have to say that if I make the argument, if I say, hear me out, that moderator's mom is born to be my prostitute, does that mean that I'm also saying that I should take his mom as as my prostitute? Does that mean so?
I don't know. Does that mean so?
Ask the moderator.
Yeah, I don't know if
Ask the
that
moderator.
means or not. Like, I haven't
Okay,
done.
let's do a
I don't
VC
know
test.
if you mean it.
Okay, let's do a VC test. Damkirti, let's do a VC test. Okay. Nagarjun, there are Nagarjun, Kar Benam, there are other people. There's Jackot, there are people in there. Okay. And then there is your guys also, introvert, lazy, half, virtual. Okay, that's a simple question. If I say the same thing for your mother, or if I say the same thing for, let's say, any of the people, does that mean that I'm also saying that I should take them as my prostitute or take them as my slave? If I say this.
I mean, I don't see how that's relevant.
So if I say that, for example, if I say that your mom is born to be my prostitute, does that mean that I'm not saying that I should take her as my prostitute?
It doesn't mean that, but it is compatible with that.
It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that I'm promoting prostitution, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can say something, and you can also say that that's not permissible.
Buddy, no.
Do
So
you
if I
think
say this,
do you think
no.
everything that one utters is something that they mean? Like, yeah, let's say someone is teaching a class, and they are saying that, oh,
No.
this
Then
book this book
no.
says.
Because Manusmriti, no.
Wait, hold
Again,
on,
no. So
hold
wait a
on,
second. So if
hold on.
somebody who utters this also means this, then he same the thing, believes the same thing.
Yeah, but
If he also believes this,
that's exactly what is under
but Manusmriti,
contention.
no, not under contention.
It's under contention that that's what it means.
Moderator, can you unmute Nagarjun?
They were not productive earlier. If they can promise to be productive now,
No, buddy. I am productive. Okay. Your guy is not at all productive, buddy. Just check him first. You are the least unproductive guys over here who are just least debated on the scripture. This is the first time I've been a debate with the. I mean, I have debated many Hindus, but
just quit the meta debate. Just stick to the debate itself, please.
okay. Then taking to the debate itself, that I'm saying that this thing is valid, and he's saying that it is not. Then either he provides refutation or he refutes the reason that
I
I'm
didn't say
giving.
it's
He does not.
I
Refute.
didn't say it's invalid. It's a proposition. I don't take propositions to be
No,
having the
no.
property of being valid or invalid. But
Buddy, I'm not
I'm
here
just
to listen
saying
to your lectures.
I'm just
You
saying
need to give me a
I'm just
refutation
saying
to
that
my reason.
I'm not convinced of the proposition. That's all.
No, refute the argument, right? You need to refute the argument. I've given you evidences and demonstration and personal experience as well. I've demonstrated it right now.
Yeah, I just don't have those personal experiences.
No, I just demonstrated it,
भाई तू
right?
एक अच्छा सुन भाई, तूने नहीं पढ़ी मनुस्मृति तो मना कर देना यार, क्यों रो रहा है इतना?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking
नहीं
about.
पढ़ा है भाई,
Anyway,
वो नहीं पढ़ा है.
do
It's
you
better not
have
indulge in this, bro.
do you have
No
an
need to indulge in
argument?
this.
Do you have an
If
argument
you
for
haven't
it
read,
Yes.
or no?
Arey, we gave the argument. We
So
gave the
what's
argument
yeah?
through
So
personal
what's the
experience and evidence.
so what's the first premise?
The personal you are deaf or what? How many times do I have to repeat it? Did you
Okay.
refute it? I said
So what's
through personal experience and historical evidence, I
yeah?
see
So
that the people who say this
what's the
often
first
mean this.
premise? I'm not even convinced that personal
Why?
experience is a proposition.
No, so why you are not considering that personal experience? So if
अरे
I
एक
say
काम
those,
करना, अरे अभिषेक इससे पूछ तो ले पहले, इससे मनुस्मृति पढ़ी है नहीं पढ़ी है, एक
okay,
बार
have you
पूछ तो
read
सही इससे।
Manusmriti?
I don't see how that's relevant to the argument that
How you know?
he's
Answer my claim, buddy.
no,
Answer my
नहीं पढ़ी
answer
इसने,
my
it's
question.
tangential. I'm
नहीं
not going to
पढ़ी।
entertain a derail. Like so you just to be clear, you don't have an argument for it, right? Or do
I
you have an
have.
argument?
You don't have a refutation, right?
If you
I
have
have
an
reasons. You
argument,
don't have a refutation.
if you have an
नहीं नहीं,
I
इसको
argument,
have
इसी क्वेश्चन पे
reasons.
लाओ, इसको इसी
I
क्वेश्चन पे
have.
लाओ, पढ़ी है नहीं पढ़ी इसने।
if you have an
अरे
argument,
मनुस्मृति
if
पढ़ी
you
है.
have an argument, or
इसने
अरे
नहीं पढ़ी
मनुस्मृति
भाई।
पढ़ी है. Have you read Manusmriti?
if you have an
Have you
argument, just
read
tell me the
Manusmriti?
premise.
Have you read Manusmriti?
I'm not entertaining any derails.
Have you read Manusmriti?
भाई
What's the first premise?
Have you read Manusmriti?
What's the first premise?
भाई यार,
Have you read Manusmriti?
भाई
Okay, I mean, I don't think this is going
Have you
anywhere.
read
This is
Manusmriti? Wait a second.
a
Have
waste
you
of
read
time.
Manusmriti? Have you read Manusmriti?
Yeah, I'm just not gonna waste
अरे
my
अरे,
time. Dominic,
have you read
I
Manus?
guess you can just
Have you read
ask them to
Manusmriti?
provide an
Have
argument.
you read Manusmriti? Please refute the reason. Please refute the reason. I've given you argument.
Are you hold up?
Have you read
Are
any
you here to
scripture?
debate or are you here to shout?
No, ask your guy who is making the same argument. Okay, moderator, answer my
I'm not
question.
making any
No, no,
argument,
no.
you fucking
Okay.
idiot.
Moderator, just answer my question.
I'm not answering
Are,
any questions here. I'm not debating.
moderator,
Already
answer my
clarified.
question. Moderator, if I ask you that your mom is born to be my prostitute, does that mean that I'm also meaning that that I should or I can or I may take her as my prostitute?
Dude, again. I'm not answering. I'm not answering questions here. But
But
can you?
that's the level.
So
That
can you just?
I mean, he literally said that I can say. He's literally saying I can say that her mom is born to be my prostitute, but I'm not making the case that I should take her as my prostitute. This is what he's basically saying.
Do you think
Aputa,
that's
are you claiming that?
so? I all I'm saying is one could just one could just state that one is born to be something, but also make the say like I mean they could also say that it's not that and it's not the case that it is
As he
permissible.
said,
I just think those are
but wait a second,
compatible.
But Manu makes the case that a Shudra is born to be a slave of Brahmin, but also Manu makes the case that a Shudra should serve the Brahmin. Then Manu here itself means that a Shudra should also can be taken as slave by Brahmin. Then Manu here believes because he's also asserting the thing that which he's saying. For
Yes,
example,
but
agar tum,
that's not that doesn't
that means
like so you can hold two beliefs simultaneously, but that doesn't mean you
no. Wait a
one
second. So
belief
you are
entails
saying
the other.
no. I don't give a fuck. Wait a second. You said that if I say that I can, he's
So
born to
yeah,
do something.
I'm
He's
just not
born to
gonna
check.
waste any more
Wait a
time.
second.
I'm gonna look.
Oh,
I'm
buddy,
gonna ask you.
why
Do you have an
he just
argument for
proved it.
people?
Do you
Do you
have
have
any
an
reason? Do
argument
you have a
for?
refutation?
Do you
Do
have
you
an
have a refutation?
argument?
Do you have a refutation? Do you have a refutation?
I'm gonna.
Do you
Christopher,
have a refutation? Do
Christopher,
you have a refutation?
Dominic, can we get a three
Christopher.
count thing? Like, if he doesn't say what the
Yeah.
premise is
Yes.
for for three times, I'm just
I
gonna
just
end
want
the
to.
debate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, then end the
I
debate
just
and
want
go
to
on the debate.
want
And
to have one clarification here, Christopher. You are aware that Aputa is taking an agnostic
yep,
stance,
he
right?
has to provide reason or he has to refute my reason.
Why do you expect him with an agnostic stance
No, because no,
to
even if you
have
take
to
no,
refute
even
anything?
if you take no, even if you take agnostic position, what you have to show that what the case I am making, there can be alternative of this case. then only you can show that you can hold the alternative position, agnostic position. So if I'm saying that Manusmriti, that Manu says that a Shudra is born to be a slave of Brahmin, and if you are saying that there can also be a case that he's saying that he's taking agnostic position, because there can also be a case where Manusmriti just only says that he's born for it, but he does not advocate that he should also take it them as a slave. But Manusmriti also says that a Shudra should serve Brahmin. A Manusmriti also says that a Brahmin should take away all the wealth of his slave, that is Shudra. Therefore, Manusmriti directly means that a Brahmin should take them as their slave. So his agnostic position would have been justified if he would have shown me a case where Manusmriti does not mean that you can take them as a slave. Then only his agnostic position is justified. Else he cannot take that agnostic position.
Can
If I'm
you
keeping it.
wait, how does that answer my question? Why you expect somebody with an agnostic position to have to refute something?
Because he has not given reason. He has to make the case where agnostic position exists in that thing. He has to make the case. You have to show me that agnostic position exists in this case, right?
That's
Then
just
only you
like
can take that position.
reasserting it.
Wait, what?
Hmm. You have to say, you have to state that agnostic position exists in case of Manusmriti. Show me the case where it also is that, for example, if you're saying that I do not believe it to be true, I do not believe it to be false, which means what you're
Wait,
basically saying, wait a second, what you're basically saying, that a person who says that a Shudra is born to be my slave, he can also say that although he's born to be my slave, but I'm not entitled to take him as a slave. You have to show me that case to consider that agnostic position exists in the case of Manusmriti, because Manusmriti is nowhere says that thing.
that still doesn't answer my question.
That still does not answer, that is this still does not, I can't find agnostic position in this, buddy. Show me the case where you are saying that there can be an agnostic position. Okay,
Dom,
what is agnostic position? For example,
can we just
okay,
get a dodge counter on this and just like it's just a
no,
waste
no,
of
no,
time?
Yeah,
buddy. Okay,
this
just for
seems
example,
confusion of the highest order.
buddy, for example, the best way, for example, if I say that person is dead, you say I'm taking agnostic position because there is a case where he can be dead, or there is a case where he cannot be dead. There are two reasons. You can show that both of them can exist. Therefore, you can take agnostic position. But if I'm saying a statement that cannot not have a dual position, that cannot have the counter position, then you cannot take agnostic position. If I say dead is dead, you cannot take counter position, agnostic position into it.
Wait. Can you repeat that?
If I say that there is something that does not have two cases to begin with, then you cannot take agnostic position with it. For example, if I
Okay,
say triangle
so
or
wait. Do you mean if something is the case necessarily?
Mhm.
Okay,
For example, if I
then
say,
you're
for example,
making a
let me
modal
just
claim, right? You're
wait a
making a
second.
modal claim
I do not
that
even know.
something
I do not
must
even.
be the
I do
case,
not even know.
correct?
Don't get into word jargon, buddy. At least have spine to debate without it. I'm just asking you a simple question. That if we are saying that something does not even have two things to know that there are something others that can exist. For example, take the case of God. When you take agnostic position that there may be a God or there might not be a God. But when we are talking about these things, for example, Manusmriti, you are saying that you do not agree with the first premise. The first premise was that a Shudra, if Manusmriti says that a Shudra is born to be slave of Brahmin, then Manusmriti also means that a Brahmin can enslave a Shudra. Right? This is what the Manusmriti. He says that that provide me the argument for the premise one. I said that premise one has only and only one meaning. It does not have the two meanings to have an agnostic position in this. Either you have to say that it is not the case, or you have to say it is the case. Because in order to prove that it is agnostic position, you have to show me where does in the entire Manusmriti the Manu says that although Shudra is born to be your slave, you cannot
Dominic,
take
he's
them
just
as
going to
slave.
Wait,
steamroll.
why is this burden of proof entailed by the agnostic position?
Because he's taking agnostic position. You cannot take agnostic position into things that do not have alternatives.
A what?
Hmm.
What's
What?
what do you mean by alternative? Like,
For
what?
example, where do you take agnostic position? Where you think both of the things can be possible, but where there is no two things to be possible, how do you take agnostic position?
Okay, so you're saying that something in here is impossible.
Hmm.
What is impossible?
Here it means that when we are talking in the context of Manusmriti, when Manu says that a Brahmin should be enslaved by Shudra, right? And that means for me, I'm saying that means that, for example, Manu says that a Shudra is born to be a slave of Brahmin, and that means that a Brahmin can enslave a Shudra, right? Now, I would have said that there exists a agnostic position in this premise, that this premise can be either true, like this premise can be true or false, but I don't know. So, for example, whatever the agnostic position says so, this could have been case when there would have been any verse in the entire Manusmriti where Manusmriti says that although you Shudra is born to be a slave, but he does not, you cannot take them as a slave. But in the entire Manusmriti, what we find is throughout the verses, Manusmriti keeps on repeating saying that a Brahmin should take away the wealth and property of his Shudra. A Shudra is a slave. A Shudra is only born to serve the Brahmin. So entire Manusmriti, there is no alternative position that you can also say that he's born, but I cannot consider them as my slave. I should not take him as my slave.
Why does the alternative, as you call it here, need to be
Because
actualized?
then, because if there is no alternative over here, then you cannot take agnostic position.
I'm just trying to understand why
Yep, that's
from
what I'm
something
explaining.
not being the case, it
Something,
follows
yes,
that
some,
the other
yep.
thing
If
is
there exists only one
necessarily
case, if
true.
there exists cases only in binary, either it is the case or it is not the case, right? For example, how to explain this stuff? There is only one possibility. Then you cannot take the claim, for example, the agnostic position into that, unless you refute my claim. You
So you
still do not
okay?
understand
So
it?
you
I'll count in three right now. I will
what I'm catching here is that you're saying that something is impossible.
what? Hmm. In terms of Manusmriti, yes. In terms of Manusmriti, it is impossible to say that if Manusmriti says that a Brahmin, a Shudra is born to be slave of Brahmin, then at the same time, Manusmriti does not mean that a Brahmin can take Shudra as a slave. That does not mean. This case is impossible in terms of Manusmriti.
Okay, it's impossible on
Hmm.
what
In
modality?
context of Manusmriti, don't forget the word. In context of Manusmriti, yes.
Yeah,
Therefore, to have agnostic position,
impossible on which modality?
I do not know what is modality over here, nor do I know the word jargon that you are throwing on. I am saying impossible because it is not mentioned anywhere in the Manusmriti. Therefore, Manusmriti cannot have this verse. Therefore, Manusmriti cannot mean any alternative for you to any even hold. For example, if Manusmriti had two verses, for example, somewhere it says that a Shudra is slave of a Brahmin, right? Shudra is born to be a slave of Brahmin. And in some other verses, it also says that Shudra should serve Brahmins. But in some other verses, it could have said that Shudra is not entitled to serve Brahmins. Then you can take an agnostic position. Then you can, hey, look, if Manusmriti says that a Brahmin can take Shudra as a slave, but on the other hand, Manusmriti also says that he cannot take that as a slave in some cases. Therefore, agnostic position exists over here. You cannot have agnostic position when there is only one single alternative. Is it six already?
I'm still not following. Aputa, did you get that?
I'm just saying, the way I'm interpreting this is
He,
that he's
he's not.
saying,
No, I am. No, no.
wait,
I have already said for
I'm
him
just,
to even.
I'm just gonna mute this guy for a second. So this proposition that I was asking him for an argument for, this one, let me just paste it in the chat. I think he's saying that this is a tautology, and there is like that's why it's um, like it's impossible to be false because it's a tautology. I think that's how I'm interpreting this.
But he was citing some reasons, some experiences he has, and
Yeah, I don't know. So
and
I mean,
they
that's
could be
that.
baked into an argument for it, right?
Yeah, sure. So I'm just unmuting this guy again.
Either click it or get along with it. You have to show me an alternative in the Manusmriti for me to consider the case of your agnostic position, whatever you are saying.
So, yeah, like it seems that you're saying it's a tautology and that it's impossible to be
I don't
false.
even know the word tautology. Wait a second. I do not even know the word tautology or what it means.
Yeah, a
I'm completely
tautology.
saying it
A
from.
tautology is just
No, I
a
do not have to go
proposition.
into. I do not
Yeah,
have to go into your jargon, right? Wait a
yeah.
second. I do
Wait,
not have to go into your
I'm
jargon.
just gonna
I do not
server
have to know
mute you
what
once
tautology means.
again. Yeah, like a tautology is just a proposition whose truth table is all true in all the rules, is true in all the rules. That's what a tautology just means. A contradiction, on the contrary, is just gonna be a proposition which takes the form such that the truth table is all filled with falses. That's what a tautology and a contradiction means.
Are you done yapping? Are you done yapping?
Yeah.
Are you done
So,
yapping?
are you saying
So
that
you
this
are
is a
done yapping. So
tautology?
provide me alternative. I am not saying
Okay,
I do not know tautology. I'm
I'm
not making
gonna.
a any claim on it.
So, are you saying that this is a tautology? Yes or no?
I'm not saying it is a tautology. I don't know tautology, so I cannot make my
Okay, so
assertions on the basis of that.
but I told you what a tautology is.
No, I do not know. I still don't know, buddy. I do
But
not understand. I'm simply saying
okay,
I'm not making a claim on something I don't understand.
okay,
Just answer my question. If I am saying that there is no
yeah.
alternative, how do you
So
even hold an
one sec.
alternative? So
Yeah, hold on. So I'm just gonna explain what a tautology is
no,
once
I don't
again.
want to,
Okay,
buddy. You
again.
don't.
So mute once again. I'm gonna explain what a tautology is once again, and you can tell me whether it is a tautology or not. Okay, a tautology is just a proposition which takes a form such that the truth table is filled with true as a truth value in each of the rows. So for example, something of the form p or not p is a tautology, p or not p. So that's a tautology because you can find a truth table and all the truth values in the truth table will be true. On the contrary, a contradiction is something that takes the form of p and not p, which means that all the truth table rows are false. So is this a tautology? The premise that you said earlier is that, sorry, the proposition you stated earlier, is that a tautology? Yes or no? I'm gonna unmute you now.
He had his um, headphones deafened.
Okay, so he is clearly like not interested.
I think I did not understand tautology still. So I'm making the case that I don't. I know. And if you
Yeah,
are unable to refute that,
you didn't understand it because you deafened yourself. So if you
yes, because I'm not interested in learning when you are muting me because your moderator is literally biased. He still
okay,
not answered my
okay,
claim
so
whether I can take his
Dude,
mom as my
I tried
prostitute
to
or not.
understand what you were saying. That
Yep,
was all I was doing.
yep. So okay, then answer my claim.
How
Can I
does
take
that
your
make
mom
me
as
biased?
prostitute? That's simple.
Why do I need
That's
to
a yes or
answer
no question.
anything?
That's a yes or no. Yes or no, buddy.
Why do I need
is
to answer anything?
Okay, why can't I take your mom as a prostitute if I say that your mom is born to be my prostitute?
Why do I need to answer anything?
Why can't you? You do not know answer in yes or no? A simple yes or no is enough.
I'm trying to be impartial here because I'm moderating.
Yeah? No, no, no. You are muting me. That's not impartial. Your guy has literally lost at
I
this
did
point,
not
buddy.
mute you.
I
I did
muted
not
you.
mute
No,
He
you.
no,
didn't mute you, by the way.
no. Yep. That means basically that you have lost the argument. You cannot provide at this
No,
point. You are going into tautology and shit.
you're rambling, and I just want
No,
you
I'm
to
not
tell
rambling.
me
You are
if this
rambling,
is
buddy.
a tautology or not.
You are rambling, buddy. You have yet to provide me refutation of the reason that I gave. You
Is
have yet to
is
provide me an
is
alternative.
is this a tautology or not?
I don't consider tautology at all. Why the fuck should I go into it?
So, do you know what a tautology is?
No, that's why I'm saying I don't want to get
Okay,
into the stuff that I'm not even known.
do you want to know what a
Do you
tautology
know?
is?
No, I don't. I'm not interested in it. I'm making the claim that I know. Answer it on my behalf.
Okay, so you don't know what a tautology is. You don't want to
You
know that
don't
this
know
is a
what. Have you
tautology.
read Manusmriti? Have you read Manusmriti?
One
Just
sec.
answer my
I'm
question.
just
Have you read Manusmriti?
gonna server mute you once again. So, you don't know what a tautology is. You don't want to know what a tautology is. And you aren't able to tell me whether this is a tautology or not. Right? Yes or no?
So this motherfucker literally is muting me
Okay,
because
I'm gonna
he
mute you once again. I'm gonna re-ask the question, and I'm gonna give you two more tries. So you don't know what a tautology is. You don't want to know what a tautology is, and you won't tell me whether this is a tautology. Yes or no?
I don't want to know what tautology is. I do not know what tautology is, and therefore you need to refute my argument. If
That's
you do
not
not refute
okay.
my
That's
argument,
not
I will
answering
consider.
my question. I'm gonna server mute you
अच्छा एक
once
काम
again.
करते हैं ना, अभिषेक एक काम करते हैं.
Yeah,
अरे
you're
अरे रुक
gonna
जा,
get server
चूतिया
muted
रुक
as
जा एक
well.
सेकंड. वन थिंग.
Yeah. So you don't know what a tautology is. You don't want to know what a tautology is, and you won't tell me if this is a tautology or not. Am I getting that correct? Yes or no? Or did he just leave? Yeah, yeah, it seems like he just
Yeah.
bounced. Yeah, okay, I guess we're done. Um, Dickless, do you want to answer the question? Is this a tautology or not? I'm gonna give you a chance as well. Let me unmute you on my end. Okay. Yeah, you can tell me if you want to say this is a tautology or not. Is this a tautology? Yes or no?
What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Unmute us first, you fucking bitch.
Yeah. Is this a tautology? I posted it in the chat. Is this a tautology? Yes or no?
Is your mom a tautology?
That's not answering my question. I'll ask you
Is
one
your
more
mom?
time.
Dad's just asking. I'm
Is
asking. Is your
Yeah,
mom a
is
tautology?
okay. I'm gonna submit you again. I'll re-ask the question. I'll give you two more tries. Okay. Is this a tautology? Yes or no? I'll unmute you now. You can say yes or no.
What do you want me to say?
So whatever I'm posting in the chat, is that a tautology? Yes or no?
Why should I even get into that?
Okay, I'm gonna mute
You are
you.
not even.
Okay, I'm gonna mute you once again, and I'm gonna ask you one final time. Is what I posted in the chat a tautology? Yes or no?
Have you read Manusmriti?
Okay, that's not an answer. So I'm just gonna submute you again. I'll give you one more chance for brownie points. Okay. Is what I posted in the chat a tautology? Yes or no? By the way, you have the option of telling me that you don't know what a tautology is and you want to know what a tautology is, and I'll be happy to explain to you what a tautology is. So you have that option just to be sure. Um, so I'm just gonna unmute you once again and I'm gonna let you answer the question. Is what I posted in the chat a tautology? Yes or no? Okay, you're unmuted. You
Hello.
can say yes or no.
Hello.
This is not a
Yeah.
tautology, right?
Yeah. First of all, you say, have you read Manusmriti?
Is that a tautology or no? I'm gonna give you one more chance. I don't because you said no,
See,
so
you
I
see. You also have an option to say that you have paid.
okay. I'm yeah. So that's it. Is there any other retard who wants to tell me if this is a tautology, yes or no? Then I'm here for 5 more minutes. You can tell me in the chat.
No, no, it's not worth it.
Great.
It's not worth it, guys. What are you guys doing here? Why are you going mad over this stupid dumb fuck? He's being
Yeah,
accompanied by a
I know, right?
German man.
Just be a dumb fuck, dude. Yeah. Can't even
हाँ
say if
बे
this is a
चूतिए.
tautology.
Tautology, lotology, चूतिए.
No,
This
you're
has to be the least productive debate I've ever witnessed.
really. Oh
You
man.
fucking idiot! You cannot comprehend what they are saying,
Yeah, this guy's also
and
gonna
you're
get so muted. Okay. Ah,
It's funny to watch how, the logic disabled retards ramble when you ask them all these
why,
questions.
dude? Yeah. I mean, it's fine. Like, not everybody knows formal logic, but the problem is they aren't even letting me explain it. Like, I explained what a
Yeah,
tautology
they're not
is.
even humble enough.
Yeah, I explained what a tautology is. This guy just deafened himself. Like, what the fuck does he expect me to do? Uh, any other retard remaining? Oh, this guy was also waving his little dick around. Carpe Venum. Do you want to say if this is a tautology? Because you guys seem to be on the same side.
Yeah, I think Carpe Venum knows third order logic, so he might be able to defend that.
I don't expect someone who knows higher order logic to be this retarded.
No, he's saying that you are like arguing in third order logic. All this was third order logic. So yeah.
Oh man, I didn't know that. I didn't even know that I could debate in third order logic. Yeah, maybe I should.
Happens
Yeah,
a lot.
like even I don't know. Like the mathematical theorems we used are at most like one and a half, or like at most second order. So
Yeah. God damn. So yeah, like it's like if he's saying some proposition is self-evident, I just take that to mean that it is a tautology. Um, it's impossible to be true or something like that. Sorry, impossible to be false. So I'm just looking for.
It seems he's saying that the evidence he cited for one of the premises
Mhm.
is it just implies the premise without any additional argument, which is
Yeah,
yeah
I
interesting.
don't. Yeah. They also seem to have this kind of weird notion of rejection, where you can, like, where if you reject something, um, you have to provide like an argument for it. Like they don't think you can just remain agnostic about that proposition.
Yeah, that was also interesting.
And in the
yeah,
beginning,
like
But
the
basically,
subset
if you
thing.
don't,
Yeah, in the subset thing. Sorry, Recluse, I'll just in a second. So, like, even in the beginning, when he was saying that, oh, it's like a subset of something, like he said, there's no evidence that this is a subset of something. Um, wait, let me recollect what exactly was said. It was that there's no evidence that Buddhism and Jainism are like subsets of Hinduism, so that is false, which is also weird. Like, to say that the absence of evidence is like the evidence of absence or something like that. um I don't know.
yeah. So I was saying that he seemed to affirm that like if you don't have an argument for P, then not P is true.
Yeah, which
So.
is pretty weird.
Uh, and I'm pretty sure you don't have an argument for he has the dick.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's a he.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Oh man, these guys are so triggered. I'm just gonna go to a truth table generator and show tautologies and oh, what truth table generator? Oh yeah, this one was really nice. P or not P. Okay, this is a small table. Tautology.
I think you could have accepted the that premise to be true for the sake of the argument to see where it goes from there.
Uh, what do you mean?
Because like there was a further premise down the line that um, Hinduism is casteist if and only if um, the Manusmriti
Oh
is casteist,
yeah, I could have taken
and
that route.
and
Yeah,
that would have been interesting to explore.
yeah,
Um, because what's the argument for that?
yeah. What's the argument for that?
It's
Yeah, I don't even know.
um, like does a majority of Hindus follow the Manusmriti?
Yeah.
You don't need an
I think
argument
so.
for that. You need to make an argument as to why you can be agnostic.
I mean, even if we took that route, like you know where it would have gone. Like it'll be the same rambling.
I don't think majority of the Hindus even like haven't seen Manusmriti once.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think the majority has even like read it or something. And it's not even something like the like I'm not religious, but like even the sort of the pontiffs of the religion, they don't uh, actually say that you should enslave these people or something like that.
I think you could have even made an argument that Hinduism isn't necessarily casteist.
Oh, but then he doesn't want to know what. Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, that's interesting, but I don't see like. I mean, it's not even like he is interested in knowing what necessary, what modality means, what necessary means, what's a contradiction. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,